It's a beautiful Monday morning, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. You're welcome to the news headline review. Right here, we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news. And I am your host, Ruth Esinam Fiagbadu. Joining me right here in the studios is my usual guests, Miss Debbie and Miss Regina Bless, who will be diving into the issues to share their perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. Let me welcome them. Good morning to you, Miss Debbie, Miss Regina. Good morning. How are we doing?
The grace is sufficient.
We thank God. Miss Regina, how are you?
I'm good by grace, your side.
I'm fine. How was the weekend for you? How was the weekend?
It was cool.
Was it stress-free?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Regina?
Oh, it was insightful and
Oh, we thank God. Yeah, it's another new week, new energy. We're here to serve the people. Right, let's dive into our major news items for this morning. Ga Adangbe languages not excluded from AI education to Education Ministry. The Ministry of Education has responded to concerns raised by members of the Ga and Adangbe community over the exclusion of their language from a proposed artificial intelligence, that is AI-powered education, to being developed in collaboration with Google. In a statement signed by Hashman Mohammed, Press Secretary to the Sector Minister, the ministry clarified that the selection of only 4 local languages for the project is strictly a pilot arrangement and does not represent the final scope of the initiative. The clarification follows public criticism from Ga and Adangbe groups who expressed worry that their languages have been sidelined in the initial rollouts announced by the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu. According to the ministry, the pilot phase is intended to test the effectiveness, adaptability, and educational impact of the AI learning tool before it is gradually scaled up nationwide. The ministry stressed that the program is designed to be inclusive, noting that upon successful evaluation of the pilot, the initiative will be expanded to cover all 12 approved Ghanaian languages, including Ga and Adangbe. At no point is the pilot intended to marginalize or permanently exclude any linguistic or cultural group within the country, the statement said. The ministry reaffirmed its commitment to Ghana's linguistic diversity and equitable access in education, particularly as emerging technologies are introduced to improve. So this is the concern the Ga and Adangbe group have raised. They are going through a pilot space. The Ministry of Education is going through a pilot space. That means that it's more or less like a test something. Let's see how it goes. And they chose just 4 local languages. The Ga and Adangbe people say, hey, why did you choose just 4 local languages? The ministry has come out to clarify that. It's just a pilot space. We want to see how effective and adaptable it's going to be. Ms. Debbie, do you think they should have just included the Ga language as part of the 4 days selected, since you think we are in a Ghana land?
Well, so I'll take it from 2 perspectives.
Right.
From the first one, not because we are in a Ghana land, so when we want to do something, we need to start with them first. Yes, we know that we are, the land we are occupying is not ours. We are occupying someone's space. And so you will need to ask permission before you take an initiative and all that. But not in all cases you have to include them. It's not by force.
It's not by force.
Yes, it's not.
So you think the entitlement is becoming too much?
It's becoming too much in a way, yes. Because we saw the case with Akwaba and Obake.
Yes.
We saw that. And I think the Gans are taking it too far. And another perspective, I feel like the education ministry is being biased. Because see,
how biased?
If you want to tell me that you want to test the languages for and then see how far it's going to take us, or how far it's going to go. Pardon me for lack of words, let me use that. How far it's going to go, okay? You don't tell me that you want to use tree, what's the name? Ewe and the other one, the northern language.
Yeah.
I feel like the common language everyone understands is tree. And even now, when you take your phone and then you type something in Chi, AI will give you the meaning in Chi. It's common. So I feel like if you want to test something without putting this kind of thought in people that you are being biased, why not use Chi alone? You get what I'm trying to say? Why not use Chi alone? Because Chi is a common language that everybody uses. I'm an Ewe, but I speak Chi. We have Gans, they speak Chi. We have Ashantis, that is basically their language, so it's fine. We have the Northerners, they also speak the Chi. So why don't we start with the Chi first? Then when it goes on, well, then we include other regions and their languages. But when you take the Chi, you take the Ewe, and you take the Dagbani, people will say that because you are not that, so you've included Dagbani. And I've also heard instances where people are saying that how many Ghanaians speak Dagbani and you want to include Dagbani in AI, whatever it is. But he will add the Dagbani because it's necessary. We were here when we saw a teacher being posted to the northern region where she was finding it so difficult to teach the student because they do not understand her, and she also cannot speak the Dagbani language they are speaking. So with the AI, it is going to help. So with that, I do not agree with them. But on the side of the Ministry of Education, I feel like since Twi is a common language where all tribes, all regions, I mean, we all speak Twi as a common language to everyone. Why not start with that first? Then when it goes on, well, you include all the languages. But when you start with Ewe, you start with Twi, and then you bring in Dagbani, knowing fully whether you are Northerner. Come on, people are going to, in quotes, say that you are trying to be biased. So that's why I took it from two perspectives. The people here shouldn't think that because we are occupying their space into Bibiania,
it should be them.
We should include them.
Should be them. But very soon they'll be including 12 local languages. So I think they should become. Right, Miss Regina, what can you say to this issue?
So I would say language is tied to identity and inclusion. So I feel it's right for people to feel left out, people to be sensitive when their language are not included. It is the right sentiment. Now, looking at this AI2 language they are bringing up, I think for us not to risk, how would I put it? For us not to risk the quality, the effectiveness of it, they need to make sure that they limit it to at least some languages. Because it is something that is coming up new, they are now testing it, they are now making sure that, a bit ye. So if you want to include all the 12 languages, it would become a risk, or it wouldn't even go as planned because you don't even know the effectiveness of it. So one at a time. If it's English, you deal with English. If it's Chi, you deal with Chi. If it's Gan, you deal with Gan. If it's Ewe, you deal with Ewe. It is one step at a time. So aside we accepting the fact that it is not a final decision, I think in a way also they could have communicated it in a better way that this is just so they could have just said that this is just a pilot decision, it's not a final decision they are doing, to make other people really understand it. So I feel like yes, they have every right to be angry, because why not? It's their region, and it looks like all the time they want to exclude the Gans or other related regions aside, and I feel like that is not the case. This is something, or this is a new initiative they are bringing up, and we don't expect that. Yeah, so that's my opinion.
Right, so it's just a pilot phase, so the Ghana people should relax. Once it's done, they'll do something about it. The ministry has already come out to clarify that 12 local languages will be included, so it's not like their language has been sidelined. Right, moving on. Kwabna Ejapon team questions credibility of NPP flag bearer polls. The campaign team of the new Patriotic Party flag bearer Hofo, Kwabna Ejapon, has rejected opinion polls projecting him as trailing in the upcoming party primaries, insisting that the only credible test of popularity will be the election itself. An executive aide to the aspirant, William Coleman, questioned the credibility of the polls, arguing that the methodology and sample-based use remain unclear. According to him, conflicting poll results that place different candidates in the lead raise serious doubt among their reliability. We believe the real poll will happen on January 31st. We have seen polls where some people are leading in one and trailing in another, so it raises questions about how credible they are because we do not know who exactly is being surveyed. If we also conducted surveys in certain areas, we probably would not be placed so low and might even come out on top. What really matters is January 31st. That is where the true poll will happen. So Kwabena Japan's team is questioning the credibility of the NPP flag bearer polls. I don't know if you've seen some surveys and some statistics of some percentages of some of the aspirants. I believe you've seen from Baumia, Kennedy, Japan. I think we've seen that already from Info Analytics. Well, he's questioning the people that is the credibility of the poll or even the survey isn't even legit at all. But he said they should ignore that. They should rather focus on January 31st. That is where the real election will happen. And let's see who emerge on top. So as it stands now, they should forget or better still dump whatever survey is coming up. But in that sense, do you see Kwabena Japan trailing in all of this? Miss Regina, do you see Kwabena Japan trailing in the polls?
Mm-hmm. Trailing,
yes.
As in winning or gaining?
No. As in he's falling back.
Oh, okay. So that is why he said it's not the perfect outcome.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to politics, I would say, in fact, not only politics, both our economic, our normal situations going on in Ghana and all that, we have credible surveys that always comes out. Even during our last elections, a survey came out that when Baumia is leading, John Dramani Mahama is also leading. So at the end of the day, it makes the other people feel like they are being left out. So looking at a Japan's issue, you don't need a soothsayer to say that he wouldn't get it. Fa their own fa.
Is that an honest review?
It's an honest review. Educhum on fa. Your friend is saying Brian on fa. And also a Japan on fa. The battle is between Kennedy, a Japan, and Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. The battle is between these two people. So when you look at even the polls coming out, these two people are gaining massive followers, endorsement. And I think just this morning I saw that Baumia is leading by 51 point something. And polls there to come. But how accurate it is, no, that is the problem. Some people can say, oh, this is just poll, so let me just tap on Baumia will lead. It's not the election. The D-Day, that is the 31st of this month, it is the day that we will know. Say Kennedy Befau, say Baumia Befau, say Brian Befau, any of this aspirant. So I would say that they shouldn't lose hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel, and Saturday will be the end of the tunnel. We will see whether the light will shine on any of them. So if the light doesn't shine on you, just relax. Another day,
your time will come.
Exactly. We always say sometimes giving up doesn't mean that you're a failure. Giving up sometimes means that you've accepted the reality of life. And the reality of life is, aside Kennedy, a Japan, and Dr. Bawumia, the rest of you, find somewhere and sit. But good luck.
Good luck. Miss Debbie.
You can't discourage somebody's father like that. So that is a gross disagreement with me here. So I think from the one, I said it here that I don't really trust these surveys of a thing, because most of the times I believe these people are being tipped behind the scene to do things in favor of people. And trust me, it influences the votings of others. because someone feel like, well, Dr. Baumia is winning, so let me go and vote for him. It influence vote. I'm telling you, people watch that, and so long as they say that Dr. Baumia is winning on the survey or what is being brought out, automatically they want to vote for the person. So with what Mr. Japan is saying, if we are talking about election, and the election is coming Saturday, it is after Saturday we will know whether it's Dr. Baumia that is winning, whether it's Kennedy that is winning. Because for me, I can boldly say that all these 5 people are really strong.
Yeah.
They are confident, and I feel like they encourage themselves each day. I'm saying this because all the survey you see.
You think they encourage themselves?
Yes, they do. I'm not saying that like they encourage each other, but individually.
The keyword themselves.
Yeah, so individually they encourage themselves. Even
if they see that
even if they see them they still encourage. Yes, you encourage yourself because you know that you sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you won't be defeated. Okay, it starts from here. I get it, all right. Because when you look at all these survey, it is Baumia, Kennedy, and it looks as if all these people, all the rest of the 3 of them, they don't exist.
They are lost.
Like they are lost. You see, so it is after the Saturday. About 12 to Sunday, no, we will know who is winning. Yes, we will know. The fact that Dr. Baumia, during their previous primaries, there was a survey that he won, and he truly he won, doesn't mean that he's going to win again. We are saying that yes, the fight is between Kennedy and Baumia, but everything can, change within a twinkle of an eye. You don't even know what. See, let me be sincere here. If Dr. Baumia should win this election, you
think so?
Oh yes, you.
Oh, but you can see his campaign.
I'm saying this without fear. I'm telling you the facts. Because even see, if the MPP faithfuls themselves be sincere to you, they will tell you that the man is not someone they need for the flag bearership position.
Why don't they need him? Is it that he's not fit? His
record are not pleasing enough.
So you think his previous performance is actually affecting?
Yes, it is
him right now.
It's affecting him, because trust me, if someone wants to give you a position right now, they look at what you do. How best do you do it? How good are you at what you do? Then they can entrust something into your hands, because they know that, well, if you are being given a task to do, and then you do it perfectly and excellently, then it means that when I should double it for you, you will do extraordinary. You get it? So that is the same thing that happens in politics and all that. And the fact that some of them are so blind and they are going after Baumia is because of money. Let's be sincere. Because if it is not that, why would someone be a communicator for Brian? And then within a second, and then you are telling the people that you are not a communicator for Baumia? No, come on, who does that?
But things change.
What change?
It could be maybe his vision and his values does not align with the person.
I don't want to mention them, okay?
Don't.
But then I won't mention them. But I've encountered someone who told me that when they go on television, when they go on radio station, they speak well for these people. They take a video of it and they send it to the person. They tip them. They give them money. So when they see that you're not giving them like what they need,
or they deserve,
they boycott you. Then they go for another person who they force like can pay them more.
But is that right?
It's wrong. The main reason why they don't this is not from me, but it's from the MPP members themselves, is because I'm telling you the sincere truth. Because Kennedy Japan, as he is, see, let's forget that he doesn't know how to talk, he's all that, but trust me, that man is very strict. And very principled and disciplined. If this man should say this kind of how disciplined he is and how principled he is into governance, trust me, you cannot loot. They know themselves, they know what they are doing.
Are you sure you cannot loot?
You cannot loot. That is why I said that with the way Canadian Japan is, if in case he should win the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, okay, and in a way, maybe in the future, maybe in 30 years' time, becomes a president of Ghana, and if he wants to still go just like the way he is, no one can loot. That is what I'm saying. The man is very like he doesn't care. One, he doesn't care who you are, whether you are his dad, his grandfather. He knows you are older than him, but if you're not doing the right thing, he tells you in the face. it should tell you that this kind of person, if you give him the nod, he will do it. So
is that the kind of leader we want for this country?
we want leaders who are so confident, who are so disciplined, who will not even consider the fact that you're my cousin, and because I've given you a position, so you are stealing, and then I just fold my hands and I'm looking at you. No, we want someone that, well, you are my sibling, so I've given you a position, you're not working, you work with him. Because it is somebody's money you are spending, not my money. If it is my money, but so long as it belongs to the state, you have to go and answer in court. So I feel like with Kennedy, sincerely speaking, well, everything shows that they are going to steal for Baumia to win. And if he should win, I wouldn't be surprised.
You wouldn't be surprised. Well, Miss Regina, what's this one thing that takes Baumia off? Now you think this one day we can't accept him as a president? Because Debbie, Kennedy Japan. Yes, because Debbie mentioned he's a very principled and a very strict person. He's that person that when he comes into government, there's no way you loot. Example, I don't want to mention names. The man in the custody of ICE, right? Assuming it's Kennedy Japan's, sibling. I don't believe we'll be here where we are today, according to the assessments Debbie is given. But what's that one thing that is off about him that we're like, I think you need to work on yourself a bit?
Okay, so as a leader, criticism is one thing you need to accept in good faith to shaping your self or whatever ambitions you want to hold or respect. But looking at Kennedy Japan is one person, as she said, he's a no-nonsense type. But when it comes to criticism, looking at our past encounter or the past videos and interactions we've seen online, looking at his tolerance to criticism is 0%. He doesn't know how to tolerate it. He would come to you, boot for boot, blast you. It's good to make sure that you put people in their place, but sometimes you need to just let go. And Kennedy is not that type of person. Looking at what our president is facing, Mahama is facing a lot of criticism. But have you seen for once Mahama coming out to
even address it?
No, he'll not address, he'll not retaliate. The only thing this man will give back to this critics is results, good results or good work. That is for that is for Mahama, not Baumia. Mahama. Yes. And also, one thing, if I was to vote for Kennedy, one thing I made Janasa say is the fact that he said people should go to this young journalist Ahmed Swali to beat him up. And at the end of the day, we saw that this guy, he was dead. I would stand on that and not vote for him, because as a leader, what you say, people dwell on that. People accept that. So that is the one. Aside he being a no-nonsense person, he in a way being, should I use the word, disrespectful in some aspects. This is the major thing. I'll not vote for him.
You'll not vote for him. Right, let's move on. Adiwaj Petition's chief of staff to hold Mountain 6 million Ghana cedis foreign scholarship. So Adiwaj Petition's chief of staff to hold Mountain 600 million Ghana cedis foreign scholarship debt. African Education Watch, EduWatch, has disclosed that it has petitioned the chief of staff, Julius Deborah, to immediately halt the accumulation of more than 600 million Ghana cedis in foreign scholarship debt owed to universities in the United States and United Kingdom. In a Facebook post by the executive director of EduWatch, Kofi Asare, he indicated that although the recently passed scholarships law has effectively ended the award of new foreign scholarships, commitments made before 2025 continue to generate what he describes as unsustainable financial obligations, even as Ghana's public universities remain chronically unfunded. He noted that over 95% of the academic programs pursued abroad and that these scholarships are available in local universities at a significantly lower cost. He cited an example where the government spent approximately 600,000 Ghana cedis on a single master's degree in public administration in the United States in 2019. According to him, governments must recall beneficiaries of the affected scholarships and facilitate their smooth transition into Ghanaian public universities to complete their studies. He added that Edward will be forced to take legal action on the validity of the MOUs if the government fails to terminate what he describes as wasteful non-bilateral foreign scholarship. No more dollar scholarships in an IMF economy. Build Ghana, fund Ghana, steady in Ghana. If the government fails to terminate those wasteful non-bilateral foreign scholarships, we would challenge the validity of the MOUs in court. So this is from Edward. And they are saying that they are going to petition the Chief of Staff, to hold mountain 600 million Ghana cedis foreign scholarship debt. But why is it that we have the same cost as the foreign countries, and then we pay for monies, big monies, to export those people to go and learn those courses, whilst right here in Ghana you can even learn them as a cheap course? How much is Legon school fees? And you're paying 600 million Ghana cedis for people to learn public administration. Wow, that's appalling if you ask me. Miss Debbie, why is that so? Why can't we just allow these people to learn here? Or because it's scholarship? It's scholarship basically that it means the person needs to go outside the country and go and learn? Or could it be that the teachers here are not doing the job well as compared to the foreign countries?
Well, it's because there is a notion that has been pumped in our head that those schools out there outperforms the schools we have in Ghana. And because they have the necessary facilities and all it takes to equip you as a student and also prepare you to face the world practically and not theory. That is the notion that has been pumped in our head. And so basically, growing up and then going to the university, you have this notion that Ghanaian universities are not so good. And even if you should go to the universities to, interview these people, most of them will tell that after school, I would like to go to US for my master's, I would like to go to Canada for my master's, I would like to go to a year for my PhD. Yes, because I feel like you have to, because that place is good, the environment is top notch. They have the facilities, their teachers are good, but trust me, it's expensive. I don't know whether you have a colleague who is studying abroad. When they should tell you, know that it's expensive.
It's very expensive.
They pay for the courses. It depends on the courses you are offering and then the school fees you are paying for it. And then where you sleep, accommodation. Sometimes they don't even add accommodation to you. You pay for the accommodation. And all these are at the expense of the government.
Of the government, exactly.
You pay for accommodation and even transportation is all included. And aside that, they are giving incentives every month. So for food and groceries and all that, you are giving incentives. So all this, yes, like it's a burden. That is why you see the debt 600 million. So for how long? For how long are we going to be paying this debt? Why not we just find a permanent solution to stop all this? We have students in Ghana that have been given scholarship to continue in other schools. We have people that have given, yes.
We even have international students here.
Oh yes, we have international students here in Ghana that are studying. You go to school and then sometimes when you're done, your result is so good. That same school, they'll give you a scholarship for your master's. In that same school, they'll give you a scholarship for your PhD. And most students do not want. Then they travel outside the country. And because one, we are not doing the right thing. Sincerely speaking, we are trying our best, but our best is not enough.
It's not enough.
Go to our schools and see. Some of the buildings are dilapidated. It needs to be refurbished or refinished? Renovated. It needs to be renovated. Some of these courses are practical courses, but you get them, they don't even have the things. You just have to. Yes, a lot is going on in our schools, okay? And sometimes it is good for you to go out because you have to learn new skills and come back. But we are looking at the cost. If you want to send people outside, I think we should have a cut-off number. It shouldn't just be anyone at all. Well, maybe in a year, in a whole year, we will be sending, the country will be giving scholarship to brilliant but needy students, like 5 or maybe 10. Then it's okay. Then we know that with that 5 or 10, the country can bear its cost.
Miss Virginia, what can you say?
So, study Ghana, eat Ghana, wear Ghana, everything Ghana. Okay, so I would say this slogan has been in existence for a very long time. But one thing I've noticed that we Ghanaians ourselves, we don't really, should I say, accept what we have here. Starting from the ministers themselves to the ordinary Ghanaian or to the ordinary citizen. The ministers themselves, let me use the health sector for example. When they are sick, they travel the world, they travel outside to just get good medical supplies. The Minister for Finance, former minister Oyariye, he's trying to tell us that we don't have any good hospital in Ghana, so he had to travel to go for his surgery. Fine. Now, why are they complaining? When it comes to our education sector, I would say we are doing well as a country. And looking at some of the top universities we have right here, they should, even the sign of international students here should tell us that we have good universities, we have good lecturers, we have some good equipment. But some students or some universities do not still meet the standard. Some of them lack certain things, as Debbie was saying. Some of them, building way dear. It's a no-no. Scholarship is not a bad thing. Scholarship is a good thing. But if scholarship at the end of the day is making the government expenditure go high, then we need to check ourselves as a country. The same education they are going out there to acquire is the same education we are acquiring here. Okay, let's say maybe you want masters for engineering. We have schools here offering engineering courses. Maybe public relations. We have good schools here that offer that. So why are we going outside? As I said earlier, I'm not against scholarship. Scholarship is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But Debbie mentioned one thing. It should be for needy but brilliant students. I had a friend who is very intelligent, but have the resources to cater for or to cater the expenses of a scholarship that was awarded to him by the government. And I was like, my name I'm I-read. But the fact still remains that he has the resources, or the parent has the resources to make sure that they are able to take him abroad to further his education. But the government is taking those expenses. So what happens to the people who are out there making sure that they need that scholarship or they need that knowledge, but they don't have it? I can boldly say for a fact that most of this scholarship is based on who you know. It's based on protocol. And this even scholarship are being awarded to most of these people, the ministers, so we need to make sure that we prioritize our education we have here before we prioritize other people. We always say we have wants and needs. Want always isn't needs. No, want always comes first.
Right. So Edward says no more dollar scholarship in an IMF economy. Build Ghana, fund Ghana, study in Ghana. Thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Bringing you today in history on this day. Australia Day to mark the 1788 arrival of the first fleet of 11 convict ships from Great Britain at Sydney Cove and the raising of the Union flag by Captain Arthur Phillip. It signifies the establishment of the first permanent European settlements, though it is viewed by many as a day of mourning or Invasion Day, due to its impact on indigenous Australians. 1838. Tennessee passes nation's first prohibition law. The first U.S. state to pass a prohibition law, making it a misdemeanor to sell alcohol in stores and taverns, driven by the American Temperance Society's influence. This early legislation aimed to curb consumption by fining sellers, with proceeds supporting public schools. Republic of India is born today, 1950, when its constitution took effect, transforming the nation into a sovereign democratic republic. This historic event marked the end of British Dominion status, following independence on August 15, 1947. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was sworn in as the first president. On this day, President Kennedy appoints first female presidential physician, appointed Dr. Janet G. Travell as his personal physician, making her the first woman to hold this White House position. A specialist in pain management, Dr. Travell famously treated Kennedy's chronic back pain using trigger point therapy and famously encouraged his use of rocking chairs for comfort. Looking at some observances, Better Business Communication Day focuses on improving internal and external personal and professional communication to boost productivity, enhance client satisfaction, and reduce costly misunderstandings. It encourages auditing, communication strategies, enhancing active listening, and ensuring clear, timely, and respectful interactions. International Environmental Education Day aims to raise awareness about environmental issues and promote sustainable practices globally. It emphasizes education as a tool for fostering a harmonious relationship between humans and nature. Lastly, Spouses Day, to honor the love, support, and partnership shared between spouses, often recognized as a time to appreciate everyday contributions rather than focusing on grand gestures. It is a day dedicated to strengthening relationships, offering gratitude and spending quality time together, often serving as a sometimes non-gift given occasion for reconnection. And that's all for today on Today in History and Some Observances, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and Some Observances of the day. Up next, we have Debbie's Girl.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. The Adenta Circuit Court has remanded laundering attendants into police custody for allegedly publishing false news intended to cause fear and panic. The accused, Ahmed Hassan Abdul Razak, 30 years of age, is said to have posted a video on his TikTok account at Breaking News Ghana, claiming that 2 military officers were plotting to assassinate President John Dramani Mahama. The court did not take Razak's plea and ordered that he remain in custody until his next appearance on February 9th. His prosecution is being led by Chief Inspector Maxwell Lanyo, According to the facts presented, the complainant in the case is the Ghana Police Service. On January 20th, Razak allegedly published a video naming Sergeant Amo and Sergeant Joseph as the officers involved in the purported plot. He was arrested the following day at the Ajungano in the Greater Accra region. In his caution statement, Razak admitted to making the video but said he had never met the officers and he did not know them personally. He claimed he had chanced upon a post on social media alleging the assassination plot which prompted his publication. However, he failed to direct investigators to source of the alleged post and also verify the post before making a claim about it on his social media handle. You know, when I came across this, in a way it was funny, in a way I was happy, because I feel like these people will be used as an scapegoat. Tell me why you will see a post on social media not verifying it from credible sources, and then you went straight on your account because you want to gain the numbers, you want to gain the views, and then you talk about it. This is not the first time. This is something that has been going on. And I feel like these people are not being used as an scapegoat. And so they feel like, well, it's normal. Immediately I see a post concerning someone, you can just go and talk about it, make claims that do not exist. If you feel like they are plotting a coup or they are plotting to assassinate a president, what do? You're, as a good, you see, these are the people that did not go through the right procedures. These people are not journalists. They've not been to the media school. They've not been taught of how to verify issues before talking about it. These are some lazy bloggers somewhere, because they want the views, they want the numbers, and they are tarnishing the image of credible journalists. I'm telling you the fact. They are tarnishing the images of credible journalists who are working tirelessly to bring out accurate information that have vivid facts and evidence. They don't do it. They won't do it. They go about speaking information that do not exist. And now you've been picked up. Definitely you'll be questioned. And you see, the most saddest aspect is that he doesn't even have evidence to back his claim. He doesn't have it. I think we are still in those areas where you can just stand up and then say whatever you feel like because you have the data, because the phone belongs to you. No, this is misinformation. Even if people are plotting against the president, you should have it in mind that you need to get evidence. You are mentioning people. You've mentioned 2 police officers' names that are involved. You should get evidence that shows that indeed they were plotting something. You don't just wake up and because you say something and because you're feeling feverish or whatever it is, you got to post it. You got to post it. And see, this is very, very common. It's very, very common. And I think now our systems are working. We just hope that he will be used as an scapegoat. There are certain issues you need to know how to go about it. This pepper body that is making people feel like, oh, I want more views, I want more comments, I want this. That is pushing them into doing all these things. That is it, because sometimes you hear people talk and then you ask yourself, are these people educated? A colleague of mine will be like, how did you even pass? How did you even pass your exam to have that certificate that shows that this is what you had in school? Because we have a lot of educated illiterates out there who call themselves intellect, but they are not. They are not. This is a very sensitive issue. Very, very sensitive. Because I remember during the previous administration, there was a coup plot against the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and lo and behold, they were arrested. At the end of it, at the end of the verdict and everything, some of them were sentenced to life imprisonment, some were being pardoned. So it should tell you that this is not something that you should joke with. This is not something that you should joke with. You cannot just wake up. As I said, you cannot just wake up and then see something online, and because you feel like, well, this issue is very attractive, so when you speak about it, you are going to gain more likes without having evidence about it. These are people who school themselves. Oh. They've not been to media schools before. They've not even been to the university to study, because trust me, if you've been to school to study all these things, you won't be doing that, because you know the risk that is associated with you passing across an information that is not true, that is not accurate. One, you should know that you are tarnishing your own reputation. And two, you will be held responsible, because if you don't get the evidence to back what you're saying, it means you are telling lies. And this is where you found yourself. I hope next time you learn your lesson. And I pray that it's not going to end here. All these people, all those people out there that claim to be false bloggers, that poke nose into issues that do not exist. You know, sometimes it is mind-blowing when you see people fabricating stories. They fabricate the story to make it look so real. So real that when you listen to it, you be like, is this true? Like, you find it so difficult to accept the fact that the person is lying. Because the way they are going to talk about the issues, I mean, it's like a deadly tank that is being portrayed out there like a tank full of honey and milk. And I'm happy that they've started. They will go. So long as you refuse to do the right thing, the law will take you on. The law will take you on. And that is what we want to see. Yes, we want those people arrested. So that raw journalists who go through the mud, walk on tons and all that to get the news out there with all the facts, will not be claimed as, those people like just a common journalist or a common blogger that doesn't know his left from his right. Even if you are being paid to do that, you should know that whoever is paying you to take such an action, if you get into trouble today, he doesn't care. He has the money to defend himself and make things look as if you are right. He will defend himself, and then you will find yourself wanted. So you should think, please. Those blockers that are there for their tummy, you need to be very, very careful. And because you should know that the laws are there and the laws are working. And trust me, you might post something out and you feel like no one is watching. You have no idea. You have no idea where those informations are getting to. You have no idea the number of people that are getting the opportunity to watch that video. You don't know. You don't know. So please, let's be very, very careful out there. For me, I must be sincere to you. I'm happy. Very, very happy. Very, very happy. Seriously. Because you cannot sit down and then use a second to rubbish somebody's work. No. And it's a caution to all those so-called journalists and bloggers out there that are not doing the right thing to back up and sit up, improve. Because if you don't, when you get there, you have no option, but you need to respond. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie. We call it a wrap on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly, and right after the news, we'll be coming up with the second segment. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
A very good morning to you all. Welcome to the GTR News Update. We are live inside our studios at Tanya and across all social media handles. In today's news bulletin, President Mahama vows to sustain stability in Baku and other hotspots. Also coming up, he credits focused leadership for Ghana's economic success. Legal practitioner Martin Pebu calls for a leader with integrity ahead of the new Patriotic Party presidential primaries. DVLA to establish new vehicle number endorsement centers. These and many more coming up your way shortly. President John Dramani Mahama has retreated government's commitment to consolidating peace in Baku and other conflict-prone areas. He made the statement while addressing defense civilian staff at the 2025 annual West African Soldiers social activity aimed at praising the Ghana Armed Forces for their professionalism in restoring relative peace and stability in Baku. He assured government's commitment to working closely with security services, traditional authorities, and local communities to secure lasting peace in conflict-prone areas.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's security environment remains generally peaceful, notwithstanding isolated pockets of insecurity and conflict in areas such as Boko, Alabanyu, Nkonya, Nkwanta, and Nantong. In a sub-region facing complex and evolving security challenges, Ghana continues to be a beacon of stability and democratic resilience. This enviable position is attributable in no small measure to the professionalism, discipline, and sacrifice of the men and women of the Ghana Armed Forces in the execution of your constitutional mandate, that is defending our territorial integrity, supporting the civil authority, providing humanitarian assistance, and contributing to national development. In this regard, I wish to commend the collective efforts of the armed forces under Operation Gongong and Operation Maidaburi in Boko and its environs. Peace and security are the bedrock of development, and your professional conduct during these operations has significantly contributed to the relative calm we are witnessing in these areas today. Your restraint, your discipline, and adherence to the highest standard of military professionalism deserve the nation's most profound admiration. Let me assure you that government remains fully committed to consolidating these gains and will continue to work closely with the security services, traditional authorities, and local communities to secure lasting peace in Boko and throughout the other affected areas. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana Armed Forces continues to play a vital role in international peacekeeping, even as global dynamics continue to evolve. The current financial and logistical challenges facing the United Nations have led to significant drawdowns in peacekeeping operations worldwide. I've been informed that 247 personnel deployed to southern Lebanon were repatriated just 2 months after deployment, while another 217 personnel earmarked for South Sudan were stood down after pre-deployment training. An additional 77 personnel are scheduled to be repatriated from South Sudan later this month. Also, given the possible closure of UNIFIL by December 2026, the government is fully aware of the implications. I've therefore directed that all affected personnel be prioritized for future peacekeeping deployments. At the same time, the Military High Command is undertaking a strategic review to position the Ghana Armed Forces in a post-UN peacekeeping environment.
President Mahama has also expressed surprise at the rapid pace of economic recovery, citing the drop in inflation from 23.8% to 5.4% in a year. He noted that IMF officials are surprised by the country's progress. He attributed the success to focused and accountable leadership. According to him, the turnaround is a result of fiscal discipline, reduced government size, and reforms to curb corruption.
I've been at this job before. When we came into office, the crisis that faced us was very difficult. In my own imagination, I thought that we'll need about 2 years to begin to see a turnaround. That's what I thought. But Ebenezer, this is how far God has brought us. We're all surprised and shocked at the quick turnaround. Anytime I meet the IMF officials and the World Bank officials, they themselves cannot believe, what has happened in Ghana. So Ghana has now become the poster boy, of the IMF and the World Bank. So when they go to other African countries, they say, don't you see Ghana? Look at what Ghana has done. And that's why I say, it is only the grace of God. It is only the grace of God. To bring inflation from 23.8% to 5.4% in 1 year. How did we manage that? For the first time to see our long-suffering Ghanaian currency, the cedi, that has been taking a beating over the years. Dollars have been arrested, they've broken jail, and all that. For the first time, to see the Ghanaian cedi appreciate by 37% in 1 year, it's only God. It's by His grace. The IMF gave us a primary balance of 1.5%. And 2025, our primary balance is 2%, higher than the IMF gave. And so, God has been good to us.
As Ghanaians eulogize the stabilized economy, spokesperson of Dr. Baumia's camp, Miracle Abuaje, says the recent utility tariff hike is negating economic gains. He argues that the increase in electricity tariff up by 28% is collapsing small businesses. He further points out that while fuel prices have significantly dropped, transport fares remains unchanged.
Antiakosia sell tomatoes. Antiakosia is basically living the basic of lives. Basic of lives. The Antiakosia impact will be through fuel, which has reduced transport costs.
Transportation.
Now she's not getting that benefit because the transport guys are not reducing it. That's the first point. The second point is that when Antiakosia is done with her sales,
the cost of milk has gone down.
But the cost of milk has gone up. A carton of milk that used to be 192, the small one, which the regular Antiakosia buys, not the medium one that you and I buy. Yeah. The small one was 192, is 250. You understand? Water. The sachet water that Antiakosia and everybody buys, that was 8 cedi. It's 10 cedis. Those are the realities.
Dennis, let me test this your
Now-
thing
now-
in
now
the
you-
studio.
no,
Let
no.
me. I'll come back to you. I'll let you conclude on this. But I think you said the bit.
No, let me enter the question. So you see, put even all these things aside, because there are some of the items we mentioned that people can actually do without. They live their basic life. They eat banku, fufu, and pesi. They can do without some of the things. Let's look at the things that everybody will pay: electricity, water, school fees. If you're not paying for your son, you're paying for your nephew or yourself. So now, when Auntie Akosia goes home, Auntie Akosia is paying more electricity. She used to pay 3,600. She's now paying 4,613 because there's an increase in 28. No, a year. Because per annum she earns 18,000. Yeah. Now she's earning 19,000, which is actually more, but it's eroded by the cost of that electricity she's paying. She used to pay 960 a year for water. She's paying 1,151. She used to pay 1,615 for her son Angela. Daughter Angela at Legon. She's now paying 2,630. No, relax. That's the reality. She used to pay 6,200 for Ivandi hostel for Angela, because Angela doesn't have hostel. Now Angela is paying 7,800.
I'll let her use a regular hostel.
No, relax. She doesn't get it. She's not entitled to it. So now you see the fact of the matter is that in 2024, Angela Auntie Akosia was saving 5,000 above after all the cost. These baselines in 2026, 2025. She's actually saving just 3,000.
That's why inflation coming down.
That's a fact.
Okay.
So these things, we can't run away from them.
Okay.
And you may argue, but everything I've mentioned is data, is fact.
Yes.
Now we need to give ourselves time and rather say that government, instead of running to town and creating that impression that everybody is okay, shall we look into the details? Because the details doesn't support the fact that everybody is okay.
As the new Patriotic Party prepares out for its internal presidential primaries, private legal practitioner Martin Pebo has urged delegates of the new Patriotic Party to choose a candidate with integrity. He calls on the MPP to reject Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. According to him, the former vice president is corrupt and closely tied to former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, which was marred with economic hardship.
Common sense will teach you that go and bring somebody who is unblemished, somebody that people will not get anything to talk about. Bawumia, he's as corrupt as if.
Come on, man, you cannot say that.
You're giving me opportunity to talk, to explain, and I've not been able to.
Yes.
I'm making the point.
Drivers and Vehicles Licensing Authority is set to establish a new vehicle number endorsement centers as part of effort to modernize its operations. According to the Chief Executive Officer of DVLA, the authorities are working to improve its services. The new plate will feature regional names, unique 4-digit numbers, and zonal codes, replacing the current year-based format.
To build what we call number plate embossment centers. So far we are thinking of building like 6. These are the 6 we are planning of doing it. The northern regions will take 1, the middle belt will take 1, Greater Accra will take 1, Volta region and OT will take 1, Seshiri also and Central region will also, Takrade will also take 1. So that distribution of our number plates, our RFID chip embedded number plates can be done at these centers. Then it will be easier. The entire Nigeria, they have only one place where they emboss number plates. But when you come to Ghana, we have 154 companies embossing number plates all over. I was with Mr. Bona and the team at Pokwasi, and we saw one woman. She's she's an elderly woman who has placed number plates all over her store. So I went there and said, Madam, I want plates. I said, number mommy. She doesn't know me. So I wrote the number for her and I said, when can I come for? I said, Ochinabra, I 300 cedis. Next day I went and she gave me the number. But how can we live in a country where 154 companies scattered all over are embossing number plates? We have to stop that era. The first day you get to know something is wrong, that day is the day of rectification. It is wrong. The document they produce out there is a security document. And not everyone is entitled to produce that. DVLA is the only institution that can produce that. And we have given it to you to produce. But you have abused it. It's been abused. Because Sometimes you will see 2 cars having the same numbers. Sometimes a lot of the cars we have in the system, they don't know, they don't pay duty, but they have number plates. There was an armed case in Tema, and I was called midnight. I told you, boss, the number you are giving to me is a wrong number. So, chief, it's not, I said, boss, the number you are giving to me is a wrong number. He said it's not a wrong number. So, okay, come, Mr. Nafo, we all went into the system. The police, they brought a letter. Lo and behold, the number was not in our system. Because I know that when you see a number, that is 9,000 column, and it's CR. CR doesn't get to 9,000 in a year. So I told them it's the wrong number. And then they said, hey, I said, you are saying A. If you want to change, you go and join people to come and fight us. Now you are saying A. Some of the cars, not most of them, but about 5 to 6% of cars in the system have not paid duty, and they are using the cars for all manner of things. Local right to us, national security right to us, police right to us, and we cannot. It's an embarrassment. It's an affront on the work of DVLA. So please, with all humility and things being done right, that system will change. Where anybody, anywhere in Ghana will have access to be embossing number plate for us, it will be a thing of the past. DVLA will now own the system, will now own the RFID system, and who will determine who will emboss for us. But we'll make the system very open. So if you are qualified, you are credible, you can be part of this embossment system. But it's not going to be that 155 controlled by 3-man show again.
Residents and traders of Barikasi in the Chima in Rabieja North District of the Ashanti region have staged a massive demonstration against the district chief executive over plans to site a proposed 24-hour economy market at Esuafua instead of the district's capital. The protest, jointly organized by traders, saw residents, traders and party members marching through Barikasi Street to register their displeasure over the proposed relocation. A petition was presented to the district assembly to resign their decision. In response, the coordinating director for the Nkrima Ewebiaja district assured protesters that their concern will be addressed to avoid further protest.
John Foreman said, Obian baby intina, Nayamipa, January, Yababa Bessi, a jar at the Amabarima, and so you take it to me anti Jame. Yet say, I see the court as Amai. Afraid, yes, Uncle Tia, there's a regional minister say, that they cross Sofia, and they say, Sainty, a dear they see, as I said, I'm over penny and Biamamo, and I saying to the Dintina SCA, because about revenue in terms of revenue. Barikasi has said annually, Afimuno, Tika, Edema Assembly, no, Petimaka Barikasi, Yatopo, and so you need the entire Edano, you see, young family, Nemum, Yadiko Sofia, it's a Yasra and Penny a higher district capital. Yea, a brand new Shankari Asino, and Nema Bebre or Honoma, a buyer, a concaria, Amaha, and son of Mose Biba, and then carrier for be, and son Abaha, and then I answer me a district, no. And no, and I answer so what's the yes, you who's a district, no, you're quite new.
Yeah, but see, I said, a few of us are mine. Yes, you need that. You need that, yes, about so as Rano, oh, my Dano, oh, Mr. Dano, my and I never pa. The Atias and pay for say that you get Baba Casset, and you see at a higher district. The Atias and back, because if you were a few of us are mine, it was Baba fat, a granite, a few of us are my dance, about a castle, so 1,000. It's young Prensa Balio Crocas, I did the necessary so by Jack, I am Prenda and Pretina.
Petition, Yadiapre, this Nina Efa, a jar, not on my locatia Macri, a Barakesi. And yet to say, we are the market no heading, airport, the Afro. Yeah, because I had me a district capital. And also develop and Sana, I have baby for. I bet me the project for Biade, as I had the apple. And here, Wahanum demanded answers from the assembly ntitiru DC in Chense denti no modi dwane ba ha ema obia egitu mu e free market ni mu a omodi kwa bia foforo omamba mekere denti a omodi bia no adwa no ekọ ba bi foforo enti yehia answers DC no mama dawroma eja wabase obesidja eja kese amaye a edwane ye esa kabara kese na kedi devu se dwane ye den eba
Also, what they call a Sophia Salmon. I'm saying this is a Sophia Salmon. What they call one flew on pole, Neda was Tikentino. Yeah, found one Janamla. It's the Antiama and Yabele. I want to say, I'm pressed. A Johnny Best somebody.
In business, Ghana has been urged to fast-track the carbonization of its transport sector to unlock clean energy benefits, reduce emissions, and strengthen its growing automotive industry. The United Kingdom Ghana Jobs and Economic Transformation made the call on Monday to mark the International Day of Clean Energy. As champion of the Ghana Automotive Development Policy, the program called on Vice President Professor Jenana Opoko Ajimine and the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry to lead a coordinated early adoption of measures aimed at accelerating cleaner transport and supporting an inclusive energy transition. According to the JETS program, progress on clean energy is critical not only to Ghana's unconditional target of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 15% under its national determined contributions, but also to addressing mounting public health and economic costs linked to transport emissions. Transportation remains one of the country's largest sources of greenhouse gases, accounting for nearly half of all energy-related emissions. The increase has been driven largely by dependence on fossil fuel, an aging vehicle fleet, and rapid urbanization. Air pollution, the program noted, is now the second leading cause of deaths in Ghana after HIV, tuberculosis, and malaria combined, costing the economy an estimated $3 billion annually, about 4% of GDP. Speaking on the clean energy transition, Development Director at the British Commission in Accra underscored the role of the automotive industry in driving sustainable growth. Ghana's automotive sector has the potential to be a powerful driver of clean energy transition, industrial growth and job creation. This is a part of our partnership approach with Ghana on mutual economic growth through policies and investment that accelerate cleaner transport, strengthen local manufacturing, and deliver economic opportunities that are inclusive and sustainable. Ghana currently has an estimated 3.2 million vehicles in operation with an average vehicle age of 14 years. Annual vehicle import stands at about 100,000 units, with roughly 8% made up of used vehicles. While the uptake of electric vehicles is increasing, particularly electric 2- and 3-wheelers transitioning to a modern low-emission vehicle, fleet remains slow and could take decades. A 2025 midterm review of the Ghana Automotive Development Policy conducted by the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry with support from the United Kingdom Ghana JETS program showed that the policy has helped unlock about 98 million in investment from global manufacturers including Toyota, Nissan and Hyundai, alongside local firms such as Kantanka. 7 vehicle assembly plants have been established with a combined installed capacity of 140,000 units annually. However, as domestic demand for new vehicles remain far below this capacity. The program identified affordability as a major constraint, citing the absence of structured asset-backed vehicle financing schemes and the dominance of cash-based purchases. To address these challenges, the JETS program outlined 3 priority actions for government consideration: fast-tracking approval for the revised GADP to include electric and 2- and 3-wheeler manufacturers, supporting asset-based vehicle financing schemes through participating financial institutions, and prioritizing government procurement locally. According to the program, accelerating these measures will deliver cleaner air, safer roads, thousands of skilled jobs, and more competitive manufacturing base, while reducing emissions and improving public health outcomes.
Marking the International Day of Clean Energy, the program said Ghana has a clear opportunity to lead in clean manufacturing and sustainable transport if the decisive action is taken to scale what already works. The International Day of Clean Energy, observed every January 26th, was declared by the United Nations as a call to raise awareness and mobilize action for a just and inclusive transition. To sports, Heart of Oak head coach Didi Dramani believes 11 Wonders do not merit their current position in the relegation zone of the Ghana Premier League. His outcome comes after Heart of Oak cruised to an emphatic 3-0 victory over 11 Wonders, a result that temporarily lifted the Phobians into second place on the league table. Despite gaining promotion this season, 11 Wonders have struggled, managing just 9 points from 20 matches and suffering 15 defeats. Heart of Oak during game against 11 Wonders. Speaking after the game, Dramani called on fans to be patient when results dipped. The victory lifted Heart of Oak into second place on 35 points, 5 adrift of leaders Mediama SC and 2 clear of Bibiani Gold Stars, with both sides in action on Sunday. For 11 Wonders, the loss compounds their struggle at the foot of the table. Also, Albert Amwa returned to Asante Kotoko with a bang following his performance in the club's win over Basake Holy Stars. The forward was on a score sheet for the Porcupine Warriors as they picked up a 3-0 win over Holy Stars on March Day 20th of the Ghana Premier League. Abdul Karim Zito's side had gone through 3 games without a win prior to the home game against Holy Stars. However, they took a deserving lead in the 30th minute through Samba O'Neill, who scored from the penalty spot. The goal was all they could offer in the opening 45 minutes despite missed opportunities. The return goal in 47 minutes when Amwa, who came off the bench, hit an incredible acrobatic shot to double Kotoko's advantage. Results went from bad to worse for Holy Stars as Kwame Opoku was also introduced later into the game, scored a stunning to make it 3-0. The result takes Kotoko into 3rd position on the league table, 8 behind league leaders Mediama SC. Kotoko will now face Heart of Lions in their next league game, while Holy Stars host Brekum Chelsea. In showbiz, global superstar Wizkid and Asake have officially shared their historic collaborative project. The 4-song titled Real Volume 1 blends Afrofusion production with a spiritual remix storytelling, with production by Magic Sticks Fortune. The project carries a cohesive sonic identity rooted in contemporary Afrobeat. Real Volume 1 is out worldwide. First announced in a joint interview, it features artists whose creative path to continue to intersect at pivotal moment. New music from the duo followed weeks of speculation and social media teasers that have sent the music world into a frenzy. They shared a smooth persecution-led good single Jogodo, which received support from Billboard, Essence, Vibe, OK African More, and focus track round out the track list. The latter is accompanied by a music interview, and the single introduces subtle experimentation without losing its dance-ready core. Following a run of chart-topping collaborations, Wizkid and Asake deliver a tightly curated project built around rimmed ease and cultural confidence. While both artists had previously dominated the chart individually, this project marks their first full-length body of work together. The project represents a monumental collision of 2 eras of African music excellence: the smooth, soulful melodies of Wizkid's Starboy and the high-energy Infection. Real Volume 1 arrives as a highly anticipated follow-up to 3 chart-topping previous singles. Wizkid's 70-yen record breaking legacy as one of Afrobeat's most influential global figures meets Asake's award-winning, chart-dominating rise of the past 5 years. On international update, the World Health Organization has defended its response to COVID-19 pandemic, stating that no organization got everything right. This comes after the United States withdrew from the World Health Organization, citing the organization's failures during the pandemic, including obstructing the sharing of critical information. The World Health Organization said it acted quickly, shared information transparently, and advised member states based on the best available evidence. The organization recommended the use of masks, vaccines, and physical distancing, but did not impose mandates, leaving decisions to sovereign government. The World Health Organization's Director General had previously urged countries to take immediate action to protect their populations, describing COVID-19 as public enemy. The organization has also taken steps to strengthen its work, support countries in boosting their pandemic preparedness and response capacities. And that's a wrap on the morning news update. Do want to log on to all streaming platforms at Ghana Talks Radio for more news stories. I am Deborah Dawes, so do have a good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials. From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha the sound system which is spinning machine papa every amano ne ababegu o Ghana mu ha enti se we ye a year we engagement we wedding we birthday party political parties are mo rally some we sorry mo crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boa sound in the moon at the dia any American food GTR sounds at the MAO. Your live band and so I will tone sa at the frame ya beat me abababua. Ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Yawa enkan popuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel ahope pepe ena yebutu odi ane se wo be frɛ empanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu ode angaza
Good morning to you once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. Yeah, we are supposed to be zooming into the second segment of the show, but we'll be looking at a few news headlines before we head into the second segment. So I'm sitting right here in the studios with my honorable ladies. We'll be diving into just a few headlines, then we invite our guests for the second segment of the show. Good morning to us once again.
Good morning.
Right. Let's zoom into the headlines we have so far. So I don't know if you've seen the viral video of the police officer and the galamseyers, where the police officer seized a gun from one of the galamseyers, according to what I have here. So a dramatic and a deadly confrontation unfolded in Ghana's Asante region on January 23, 2026, when a police shot and injured a suspected illegal miner, that is a galamsey, during a chaotic clash with a crowd. So according to reports and viral footage, a police patrol team recovered a pump-action shotgun from a 15-year-old boy. They demanded documents proving legal ownership of the firearm. A large crowd quickly gathered, turned hostile, and attempted to disarm the officers. In an ensuing struggle, the mob reportedly seized one of the officers' gun. The police opened fire in self-defense, hitting at least one suspect, the alleged galamsey leader. No fatalities have been confirmed, but the injured suspect was rushed to the hospital. The scene was described as tense and volatile, and stones thrown and heavy shouting captured on the video. Right. There's been a reaction from the public that the police officer could have used like a better technique to actually calm down the situation. But look, from the video that I saw, it actually looked like the crowd was getting intense. So the police officer also had to do something to save himself. So he fired a warning shot. He fired another one, and unfortunately one person was injured. And I saw one other person lying down. As to whether he's dead or he's injured, I can't really tell. Looking at this situation and the reaction from the public, do you think there was a better way the police officers could have actually handled this issue?
Which other way? I feel like that was the best. That was the best approach he could have used as at that time. Because don't forget that it was so critical. He might even end up losing his life. Let's forget the fact that he's a policeman. He's a policeman. He's a father to a family. Okay, he's a father to a family, and he has risked his life just because he wanted to protect our environment, our water bodies. And don't forget that he gave a warning shot. So why were you still there? If they're giving a warning shot, why are you still there? You should run for your life.
Exactly.
So if you're still there, it means you are trying to trigger the anger of this police officer. You want to know what he's capable of doing.
They actually wanted to take the gun.
Imagine they took the gun. They could have shot him dead.
Oh, yes.
They will.
Look at the crowd and look at the number of police officers there. I think they were even just 2 or something.
You see, they could have shot him dead. We were here. Pardon me for my manners, okay? I laugh because we were here when we saw a police officer following, what's the name? A galamsey kingpin to the extent that he drowned in what? He is dead.
Titanic.
He was trying, like, this is a patriotic citizen who led everything on the line just to preserve the environment. He was after a galamsey kingpin and he drowned. He doesn't know how to swim. But when this galamsey kingpin fall into, also didn't achieve because he first come over to me channel. See, let me tell you, most of these police officers are so committed to their work. Okay, they just want the best. A lot of them are not happy seeing our environments being damaged, because who do we call? First, we'll be like a security for no one your way too much. So they also want to prove the fact that they're not only based in police stations and all that. Wherever they put them, they try to do their best. So let's be sincere. If a galamsey inside, And what will be the most surprising thing is that they wouldn't even arrest them. They made the case a foolish case. So whether the person is dead, you see, this is the main reason why we're calling for a shoot to kill approach.
But to the extent that the crowd didn't even respect the uniform the officer was wearing, they seized the gun and
it should tell you that they are proud of what they are doing.
They don't even respect the authority.
Who should they respect? They don't respect the authority because allegedly those same authorities are backing them.
You're taking tips from them.
Yes, they are backing them. They are backing them. Me, I always say this. Those Galamsees do not have the money. See, if I have money to buy excavator, I won't go and be risking my life for. I'll pay people to do it for me. I'll be in my office and be paying people to be doing the dirty jobs. I won't risk my life. So trust me, if these people have the money, they'll rather pay other people to do that dirty work. So it should tell you that we have authorities in suit, sitting in offices and ordering these people to do that. So if a Galamsey can be so bold enough to take phone and tell authorities that we are prepared and showcase weapons and all that, it should tell you that and yet for the agro. So this should rather be a shoot to kill. Is it that I die, you die?
So the police officer did what I think was best for him. Better than him wanting
yes, that is the best thing, because see, this is a life or death case, and as I said, it's either you go or I go. Because if he didn't shoot him, and he shoot you on one, and come who quack. Galamsey is science. You all consume after now. You saw Galamsey. Galamsey is our but we work. So I won't say war. In as much as you are trying to preserve you are trying to work hard, we are not serious. So you are trying, but what's that? Is it that you go or I go? So
self-defense.
This is self-defense.
Right, Miss
to
Regina,
protect your life.
What is your reaction to the viral video trending?
Okay, so for these people trying to disarm a police officer, first off, it's wrong. It's wrong for a normal civilian to disarm a police officer. And when the only case we can disarm a police officer is when you feel like this police officer issue no it can escalate, or he having a firearm can escalate into something else. Even that, when you take it to courts judges the issue in a very strict way because it's a police officer involved. Now, looking at the video, yesterday I saw the video and I was really sad. Because why should you even in the first place try to attack a police officer? And when I saw the video, it was only 2 police officers involved. One person gave a warning shot twice. These people didn't even bat. Just say King Kong. They didn't even panic. And I saw on the other side, one person, I don't know whether it was a stick or something, just or they pimp or be, I don't know if say no, they pimp police officer in the car. And this police officer came out and shot at them. It's the right thing to do because his life was involved. And when we go to court, it's self-defense. There's nothing wrong with self-defense. You are defending yourself. You are defending yourself from these people. And through the self-defense, 2 people got injured. I think you could see the blood was really coming out. And one person fell flat on the floor. So he falling flat on the floor, I thought, oh, maybe he's okay. But another video surfaced where someone went closer to him to take a closer video of him, and you could see the person
got closer to take a video, but not to help him.
There's no what can you do? I'm someone say the bullet a bony minimum. So where he was, I think I sent it to Q. Where he was lying, blood was all over him, and he was just. That was the only thing he was doing.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So I would say, this should be a wake-up call to Ghana Police Service, and also this should be a wake-up call to the Galamseyers themselves. A 15-year-old, where did you get a pump action from? Mind you, 15-year-old, you are still a minor when it comes to the law. Just say
you are not even 18.
Pump action, where did you get it from? We need to be serious when it comes to this issue of Galamsey.
So
it is becoming unbecoming.
Yeah. So looking at this particular issue, where does the government come in?
Where does the government? The government comes in making sure that they fight galamsey. I don't know if you saw the news. I think that was last 2 weeks, where a NIMOS personnel was shot. Yes, I think last week thereabouts, a NIMOS personnel was shot. So till when would we keep on spilling blood just for galamsey? It's becoming too much. So the government needs to make sure that when it comes to galamsey, they bring effective policies and not just policy producer and not just policies that are only good on paper.
Ms. Debbie, what do you have to say?
For me, the government does not have a specific time to come in. Take action. Simple.
What should they do?
And they can shoot to kill. We've lost. See, August. Is it August we've lost those people?
Yes.
By 7 August, we will be remembering them.
1 year.
It's 1 year.
You're going to put flowers on their grave.
1 year. Yeah. See, if those people, if God should give them chance and resurrect them, like they will never do it again. Because I think it's happened on 7th August or something.
Yes, please.
7th August. And exactly 1 year, we still can't fight galamsey. We don't even know where we are heading to with the issues of galamsey. Now must be candidate. His Excellency the President will say his own. Another person will say, and like we are just confused generation walking about, and it's sad. No, when it comes to galamsey, let's just be sincere and speak to the fact. It's a lie. So I don't know whether you can afford it, but I can't afford buying water every day to be bathing.
No.
How is it? We don't even buy pure water, but normal water no can flow, and a pure water. So please, we are just pleading. The government, you don't have any specific time. Take action now. If they are not, they don't have this sympathy to think about the people, the lives of people that have already met our Lord Jesus Christ, and the number of people whose life are at stake, and they still go into the rivers to pollute it and to destroy it, then it means you need to die. As simple. Why are you still living?
Why are you declaring death over somebody's life?
No, what the person is using to destroy the water, it's not something that is consumable. It's deadly. And aside that, all these people that are going there to protect the lands and all that, they are being attacked. We were here when NIMO's vehicle was attacked somewhere in the eastern region. So you should tell you that they are well prepared. So if you want to, before you kill me, I'll kill you first.
You will go first.
You will go. I need you.
Right. Let's take a look at the breakdown of Ghana's 2025 road crash statistics. So the road crash statistics recorded in 2025 have revealed a worrying trend, with rising fatalities heightening concerns about road safety and the enforcement of traffic regulations. According to the National Road Safety Commission, about 14,743 road crashes were recorded nationwide in 2025, of which 2,949 were fatal. The report further indicated that in December 2025 alone, 1,423 crashes were recorded, resulting in 276 deaths. Just December 2025 alone. So there's an infographic breakdown of the data highlights the scale, the nature of the crashes, showing their distribution by age, as well as the corresponding death toll across the country. Right, so let's take a look at this. I believe you're all on that page. So the national casualty statistics, January to December, reported crashes. We have 14,743. Persons injured, 16,714. Persons killed, 2,949. Pedestrian knockdowns, just go for a mutual requirement and I say until baby in a car 2,561. This is from January to December 2025. So the persons involved, for adults killed, we have 2,621. Children killed, we have 328. For women killed, 597. Men killed, 2,359. Why men? So total casualties for December. The reported crashes for December alone, for reported crashes, 1,423. Persons injured, 1,541. Meaning that something happened, but God spared them their life. And the people that by they are gone, they've been caputed. 276 people have been killed as of December. So the top 3 regions with the most death in 2025. Ashanti region has the greatest high score, which is 692, and Eastern region 649, and Greater Accra 420. That's a lot. Looking at the top regions with the most death in 2025. Ashanti region 692. Now let's assess this by the regions. Let's assess this by the regions that were given. Looking at Ashanti region, is it that people, is it the overspeeding, bad roads, or bad drivers are amounting to this high number of people we've lost? Miss Regina.
Okay, so I would say first off, our roads is one essential part of these crashes or these accidents, because if our roads are very good, trust me, Ebiana, the number of people who would have died, because these roads, potholes, and I thought that you'll be in a vehicle, you'll be on a motor. Now, said they can't about bopot on him, can now you marshal. I'll be like, hey, this one put their pregnant woman if you want to. This is the easiest way to terminate your pregnancy. Because a bopot on just a can naturally. Now, aside looking at our roads, reckless driving is also a contributing factor. I don't know if you've seen, but most cars have these dash cameras where they record or take scenes in front of them. Anything going on, they take it. I've seen instances where some of these concerned drivers themselves have posted some videos of these reckless driving online. I thought that just it's just a one road. I say from La Paz to from Awosh to La Paz, it's just one road. So it's half of it people are going this way, half of it others are coming this way. One road,
yeah.
Just say nani papa it's sunset traffic what this side into he will veer off his side and go to where can nearby this. Wait.
That's actually where pedestrians stand and pick their cars.
No. This on a busy road, like just this road we have.
La Paz coming to Makati and then Makati to La Paz.
So on the half of the road, the cars are going this way and the other half is coming this way. It sounds all person over dodgy traffic now cause now we free baby or no one. Now I call baby I can't never ni say no. Sorry to so Jimmy say nyansa na ye ni because maintain as here. And me company name na me trick na me me say Jesus.
It's you see, as a passenger, if you don't have heart, I mean sometimes you end up slapping drivers in a vehicle because, and one more thing too, reckless overtaking. Like some drivers overtake vehicles as if they are, excuse me, but as if they are insane.
They're insane.
Because you are not in a race. This is humans you are carrying. For crying out loud, please.
They'll tell you that
we are begging them. It's not because of 3 city, 2 city, 2. Hey, Obi Abusia. Don't say the breadwinners in the vehicle. Don't say that.
Go out.
So please, we are begging them.
Yeah.
Reckless overtaking. Please, we are begging you. If you are driving, you feel like sleeping. Pause. You are a human. You are not a robot. Go and sleep and continue the journey.
Right. Thank you, Miss Debbie. So you heard that from Miss Debbie. The drivers, if you are tired, park your car, take a nap
before you
continue. So please, the drivers, the crashes, and then the death are too much. So please take your time on the streets. Thank you so much, my ladies, for joining me. My guests are already in. At this juncture, we'll go for a short commercial break. We'll be back. Thank you.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. Finally, we are zooming into the second segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. My guests are seated, and they just can't wait to dive into the issues we have this morning. And as you know it, from the two powerful political parties, the NPP and the NDC, they have great communicators who are going to speak to fact and credible news stuff and all that you need to know. So from the camp of the NPP, we have Abdul Razak, member of the NPP communications team. And we also have Mr. Samuel Okai, NDC regional communications team member. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Razak, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm fine. Is that your membership card?
No. This is something different. Out of politics.
I thought that was your card.
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
It's a card though, but not a political party.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Mr. Okai.
Madam.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you too?
I'm good. Hope all is well.
Everything is fine.
How was the weekend?
It was okay.
It was okay. Mr. Razak, was your weekend restful?
It was restful, actually. For some people that, that are not so much into weekend work. Yes, for myself, I do work even on weekends. Not official work, but my side,
Your side hustle.
So I, wasn't so relaxed because I had to do some rounds during the weekend.
Right. But you are the boss of your side job.
Exactly.
Of course. So you choose to go or not. Right, Ms. Okai. I've seen something trending. I want to ask you.
Oh, okay.
Your honest opinion. It's actually coming from your camp.
Right.
We've seen Mr. Johnson in Ketia going for a thank you tour.
Yeah.
Should we be concerned? Like, I'm much concerned about it. Is it a genuine thank you tour? Or there's something to it?
Yeah, it's a genuine thank you tour.
Oh. Okay.
You see, don't forget, Mr. Eseyun Ketia is the party chairman.
Yes.
You understand? And then now that we have won power and we formed government, the party is now, I'll say, a bit separated from the government. And as you can see, the president is burdened with a lot of responsibilities. And it is only prudent that as a political party, when you are giving the mandate, I mean, a massive support from the public, it is only prudent that you go back to the people and thank them, you show appreciation. But since the responsibilities on the president are so many, I think it is only fair that the national chairman takes over the party responsibilities and do the needful.
Right.
So I think it is coming from a genuine
right. So the whole goal of the tour is to just say
thank the people of Ghana.
The people of Ghana.
For giving us 2/3 majority in parliament.
Oh, that's massive. Mr. Zach.
The thank you tour.
Should we be worried, or should we be surprised if we see him on one of the flyers as votes for me as president?
You see, ordinarily, we shouldn't be surprised.
We shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because you believe there's a probability.
You see, because yes, there's a probability that we should be surprised, because the party itself is worried that he's doing the thank you tour.
Oh really? Why?
Well, in this country, when they started the thank you tour, and you saw Flax chief of staff also doing his own engagements. And so it created some kind of tension, and they had to stop the process. If you remember, they started that long ago.
For the chief of staff, what was the goal?
He was also doing engagements.
It was also a thank you tour.
No, it wasn't a thank you tour. Engagements. He was engaging with the NDC.
Okay. Because I also saw him organizing some. Is it gym? Or
and he was even doing jogging with a lot of other NDC guys. But we all know where it was headed. We know where it was headed.
Are you sure?
So yes.
Oh no, but that one was just for his constituency, Anna.
You see, it doesn't matter. We know where it was headed. That is why they had to stop the process.
Don't you think you are way ahead of these people in terms of thinking for them too fast?
Okay, if I'm thinking for them too fast, then we should ask why they had to stop them from even doing the thank you tour.
Okay, that will be for another day. Yes, so the NPP, their election is fast approaching, and it will be happening, God willing, on 31st January. I believe, we all can't wait. We are all itching to see who is going to emerge the flag bearer of that party. So the NPP is preparing for their internal election, which will take place on 31st January, and this election will shape party unity, as they say it, leadership direction, chances in future national elections, and beyond voting, several issues have emerged that deserve public discussion. So that is why we are here this morning to talk about the NPP's election and some of the key issues related to that. So the delegates, are preparing themselves. But so far so good. Mr. Zach.
Yes.
How's the campaign going?
Oh, it's good. The campaign is on track. We are doing a decent campaign, especially for Dr.
A very decent one.
Yeah, I'm saying especially for Dr. Baumia's camp.
Oh, just for him?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, and some other camps, but we have other people running on decent one. So we are not much interested in that. We are interested in the camp Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, where I come from and where I belong.
Mm-hmm.
The camp Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is eventually going to emerge victorious, and we are going to have unity. You see, the party NPP is a party of democracy. It's a party of unity. It's a party of principles. So the party NPP, after the 31st January, we are going to see a united party. We are going to see coming back together, and we are going to see a strong force going into 2028 elections. Considering the recent higgledy-piggledy, it's not something that is going to stay forever. So it is just to say that, going into the election, some of these things are normal. I mean, we've had situations like this, in the party. And considering that this is how NPP has always gone through to get their flag bearers. Mm-hmm. We are not a party that imposes leaders on the people. We allow the leaders to go to the people, or the aspirants to go to the people, make a case as to why you think you should be given the nod, and then at the end of the day, they will, the electors or the delegates will decide on who is going to lead the party. And eventually, when that happens, we are going to see a united party going into 2028 election, and eventually we are going to win it.
Right. Don't you think that this whole banter and chaos going on between the flag bearers, because we deem it to be normal, is rather hurting us or hurting your party?
Yeah, so you remember last week, or should I say on Friday, I stated that I was expecting that the party leadership would have taken the time to address this particular matter. during the peace, pact signing. I was expecting that they would have taken, a time out of the busy schedule to address that particular matter.
Yes.
Because the unwarranted attacks on especially Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is alarming, and we don't know where that is coming from. You see, so we are saying that, look, the bitterness that some people have in the party, that's what people have in the party NPP is a body corporate, and so as a body corporate, it must be able to live beyond its members.
Yes.
So whoever you are in the party, you must have it at the back of your mind that there is a time that even if you are not there, the party NPP is still going to be there.
Still going to be there.
And so, for example, even if any of them or all of them decide to resign today from NPP, we are still going to have a party NPP. You understand?
Yes, please.
So the party NPP is a body corporate, so it has a separate legal personality, and for that matter, is going to live or is capable of living beyond its members. So they should relax. This is just a normal process.
You mean they should relax as in
they should relax in the kind of attacks they have on each other.
Is it the delegates or the
the aspirants? The aspirants. This is specifically for the aspirants.
For the aspirants.
Yes, and I'm worried that they are taking this posture, considering the kind of defeat we had in the last election. We shouldn't be going into another election with disunity. And I tell you, it is rare that a political party is able to win election disunited. It's something that is very, very rare. And so we need each other. We need ourselves to be able to win 2028 elections. So whatever the issue is at the end of 31st January or by the end of 31st January, we should be able to reconcile. We should be able to give room for peace to reign, so that we would have a better chance of winning 2028 elections.
2028. I'll be back. Right. Mr. Okain, from afar.
Yeah, he shouldn't speak.
No. I think it should be a balanced conversation.
Yes, I mean, I'm just trying to let him know some of the words he shouldn't say in our internal stuffs.
But you can say some things in their internal stuffs. Right.
It's very interesting, and then I think the opening message, the topic you seek my opinion on, actually relates directly to what we are about to discuss, the main topic for discussion.
Is it the thank you?
The thank you tour. And my brother was trying to make us believe that Mr. Johnson, and then the chief of staff, they have a particular intention that is common to everybody. He feels they want to become presidents, and that is why they are doing whatever they are doing. You see, if they want to become presidents, I don't see any problem with that, because at the end of the day, the 1992 Constitution qualifies you to become a president when you meet the criteria that has been stipulated in the Constitution. So whoever is going for a thank you tour, or whoever is marching or walking or dancing, if he thinks he wants to be a president and he qualifies to be a president by the 1992 Constitution, and the party accepts the person, I don't think somebody's thank you tour or somebody's jogging should be another man's problem. So that is what I have to say. Before, I would like to greet my party people, the NDC people, and then I will greet Ghanaians, and then our viewers who have taken their time to join this interesting discussion. You see, this issue of MPP internal elections, it is their internal elections. One may say that it is their internal affair, but I will say that it is not outside the interest of the Ghanaian people, because every political party has the potential of forming government in future. Every political party is a potential government. So whatever happens in every political party, in fact, affects the nation, and as a citizen, we need to talk about them. So that is what I would say. Now, let us look at the MPP internal elections. I am happy that they've agreed that they are going to do it peacefully. And all the leaders have signed the peace pact, which was organized. Initially, I realized that the party was not organized. They were failing on the core principles of the definition of a political party. That is why they went to sign the peace pact. If an internal election and you are signing peace pact, then when it comes to NDC and NPP, I just pray for Ghana that day wouldn't come. But with Mama as the president, I am sure that the security institutions are intact, so nothing will happen. It is going to be very peaceful. But you see, let us get something clear here. In Ghana, there are three things that qualify a person to be a president. One, the party's internal constitution. Every political party has a constitution that has stipulated in it what qualifies somebody to be a flag bearer. Now, when you become a flag bearer, the 1992 constitution also has a qualification that you need to qualify before you can become a president of the Republic of Ghana. So the internal constitution qualify you internally. The 1992 constitution also qualify you legally. Now, the last but very important is performance, delivery, and resource. And we can achieve these things by observation. If you look at the people who are presenting themselves to be flag bearers of the NPP, if we put them on these three metrics, let us take Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia first. Internally, he qualifies to be a flag bearer. Nationally, or I will say legally, he qualifies to be a president because he meets all the criteria that has been spelled out by the 1992 constitution. But when it comes to performance, that is where I have a little problem. You see, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia entered into politics, making the Ghanaian people know that he is an economic expert. And for that matter, when he comes, he is coming to transform the Ghanaian economy. Today, let us ask ourselves, when MPP was leaving power in 2024, what was the state of our economy? The economy was in bad state, and we can all attest to that fact. When MPP was leaving power in 2024, the economy was in bad state, and we can all attest to that fact. You see, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, by performance or by observation, he doesn't meet the standard. Because at the end of the day, he couldn't perform economically as an economic expert. You see, the basic motivation or the motivation behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wanting to become a president is that in his administration, the previous administration, he was a mate. And so therefore, he has gathered some experience that this time around, he wants to come and execute it so that we will have our freedom economically as a people. That is fine. You see, you cannot be powerless when the economy collapses, but be powerful when it comes to enriching your party people. I read an article, Joy News shared an article about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that I read. He said he has made some of the MPP people very rich.
He said that?
Yes, he said it. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, it is there. Joy News, 15th October 2025. You can read.
And what did he mean by that?
That one, I don't know his motivation for saying that, but he said people are now rich in the MPP as a result of helping the party one way or
another. Maybe tender in evidence.
You see, when I'll give it to you, don't worry. You can't be powerless when it comes to the economy collapsing, but be powerful when it comes to enriching your party people. So I would say that legally and internally, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia qualifies to be the president. But when it comes to observation, performance, credibility, and resource, to me, I see him not to be of standard. Let us look at somebody like Mr. Kennedy Japan.
Yeah.
Legally, he qualifies. Internally, he qualifies. But you see, one thing I have a problem with Mr. Kennedy Japan. You see, Mr. Kennedy Japan is one person that has a character which is against their own party's constitution.
And what's
when you read the MPP's party constitution, Article 13, Clause 7, their constitution says that before you can be a flag bearer of the MPP, you need to be of a good character. You see, this is a man who openly insulted an ex-president, calling him stupid, a language that majority of the Ghanaian people accept to be inappropriate and unpresidential. And that is the kind of person people are rallying behind to be a president. So over there, I would say that when it comes to character internally, I don't see Mr. Kennedy Japan to be that person because his character has violated their own party constitution, and for that matter, people rallying behind him, I see them to be, well, that is their own issue. Let us look at somebody like Mr. Brian Champon. Mr. Brian Champon, when he was a national security at the office of the president, he led the hooligans that caused the violence at the Iowa West of by election. He was part. In fact, he was not part as in me seeing him, But the Emil Short Commission report mentioned his name, that he needs to answer certain questions. To today, as we speak, has he answered those questions? So on the basis of accountability, which contribute to credibility and performance and results, Mr. Brane Champon has also failed. Yeah. Look, at the time when he was an agric minister, Ghana was faced with huge food security challenges, to the extent that we have to go to ECOWAS and borrow food, 27,000 tons of food, to come and supplement what we produce locally. So if, as an agric minister, you couldn't perform, and now you want to elevate yourself to the level of a president, I see the issue to be the MPP attempting to repackage failed leaders, make it look as if they are now renewed persons to the people of Ghana. But in actual fact, it is just a repetition of failure. It is a recycling of failure, and there is nothing new. But I hope, I wish them well, and I hope and I believe that by the end of their elections, they will definitely choose a failure. Definitely they will choose a failure. But my prayer is that it will be peaceful, and it will go as the way they all wish it will go.
So briefly, what can you say about the personality of the two aspirants left?
You see, if time permits, I can talk about them. If you take somebody like Mr. Dichum, is it free SHS? Mr. Dichum was our educational minister then. Yeah, he was educational minister. Yes. If you look at free SHS is a very good policy. But at the end of the day, it became a problem. Every day I've been saying that free SHS is a nice idea, but the implementation was a problem. You see, the whole thing is, you cannot govern a state by only ideas and initiatives, by resource. The nice idea, you put it in the system, what is the resource of it? When you implement an idea, how it is delivered, the resource, the implementation will factor into the resource. The implementation will show how the end resource will be. Free SHS became a problem because it was implemented without government looking at accessibility and source of funds. Government never looked at accessibility and source of funds, and that is what resulted in people going to school red and green. And today, that same person is now presenting himself as a president. So I can say that all their candidates, if time permits, we can actually talk about all of them. I see them that if we use the three metrics, if we use the three categories, that is the internal acceptance, the legal acceptance, and then performance, they all follow the same criteria, and I'll say that they don't meet the standard to become presidents of the republic. But at the end of the day, it is their internal issues. I am contributing because I am a Ghanaian, and given the fact that Ghana is a democratic state, whatever happens in MPP actually affects me indirectly. That is why I'm also sharing my thoughts on it. So I wish them well.
So a champion. What about a champion? You have nothing.
I wish them well, and I feel my brother also believe in one candidate that he is following, and we hope that what he is looking for at the end of the day he will get, or what everybody is looking for in their party, they will be satisfied, so that the country will be peaceful.
Right. There's nothing you can say about a champion.
Don't worry, I will come and talk about him.
I wanted you to finish, so I go back to him for him to talk more on that. Since
don't worry, I'll talk about it. Don't worry, when I come again, I'll talk about it.
Right, Mr. Razak, he has break down the personalities of these people according to him, his opinion of what he thinks about these people. What do you also think about these 5 people standing as aspirants for the
First of all, he talked about the Peace Pact. You see, the Peace Pact is not about the NPP or the aspirants causing mayhem. The Peace Pact is simply, trying to make sure that after the election, whoever doesn't win or whoever wins would not, break away from the party, would not try to destroy the party in any way.
Is it mandatory?
It is important to us.
But it's not mandatory.
To sign the Peace Pact?
It's not mandatory to break away if the person wants to.
If you want to break away, you can break away. Yes, that is it's normal.
Okay, so it's a choice.
It's a choice.
You can stay or not.
Yes, but this is just trying to ensure there is peace after the process. It's not about some serious insecurity issues. No. And the second thing my brother talked about was Bawumia as an economist. He described Bawumia as a failed economist, which I think is unfortunate, Because today, as we speak, there are members, the big men in the NPP agrees to the fact that Bawumia's ideas contributes to at least 95% of the kind of stability we have in this country. The Gold for Reserve program, which Dr. Bawumia introduced, is something that is currently playing about 95% role in the kind of stability we have. You don't describe such a person as a failed economist. And look, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, when he came, he realized that the economy needs some sort of a digitalization to be able to realize the full potential of the economy. And so he introduced digitalization. Right.
Yes.
It's not as though, and they make arguments to the effect that Bawumia is now running away from the economy to digitalize. Sometimes I wonder if they really understand what Bawumia is doing. The kind of ideas that man is bringing on board is unprecedented. You don't call such a person a failed economist. I mean, what? Oh no. You see, another argument my brother made was that, Bawumia says he's just a mate, and for that matter, he doesn't have the authority to do certain things. And you see, I want to address this in two folds. Number one, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, not for a single day, has he ever run away from the record of the NPP. And even as at the time we had issues, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia agrees, or he acknowledged that we had issues. We failed in some areas of the economy, and he apologized to the Ghanaian people, and he's seeking for the Ghanaian people to give him the mandate.
Do you think sorry alone is enough after the harm has already been caused?
Look, so you people should not forget that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, as a vice president, you see, we had a finance minister who had a role to play in the economy. Now people don't remember the fact that we had finance minister.
Which is it the former finance?
The former finance minister, he had a role to play in shaping the economy. Now they don't remember that. All of that, they are now hanging it on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's head. And you know, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they said that when you have a large chest, you receive a lot of...
You have everything.
You understand?
But I think it's that way because...
So I'm saying that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has never run away from the arguments that he was a part of this NPP, the former NPP administration. But let's look at Article 60 of the 92 Constitution. It limits the vice president to only works that are assigned to him by the president. That simply tells you that he does have the executive authority. And so there are certain things that he will say that will not work. For example, the e-levy. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia made statements on air saying that he does not agree to the fact that there should be imposition of tax on electronic transaction. He made that clear. But what did we see? This is an agreement that was taken at cabinet. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia alone cannot stop that.
Okay.
Do you understand? So the arguments that we are making, they are factual, they are clear, unambiguous arguments. So it is irregular, or it is not correct to make submission to the effect that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has run away from the record, and for that matter, he's trying to play the card of being a mate and that stuff. It doesn't add up. And he also lied. That one I would say lied. That Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said he empowered a lot of the NPP people to make money. I have asked that he tender evidence.
Right.
To the effect that
I am receiving it.
That Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said he empowered. You see, what
that is it.
If you don't mind.
No, wait, let me make my second after that you can read that. So we are saying that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, number one, if indeed he did empower people, those people were Ghanaians. That's the number one thing.
Can I read it?
Let me make my submission. You have the opportunity to do that.
He said you wanted it.
You see, it is even though sometimes we have AI doing certain things, but I would appreciate to get the video where he said that, because we have these media houses reporting fake news and all of that. Just yesterday we saw a lot of fake news that the woman is contesting for. I mean, that MP who died, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And you see, so we have a lot of fake news on the media. So this, I don't believe in the truth of it.
But,
if indeed,
let's
just
read it. How Bawumia made people filthy rich.
How Bawumia made people filthy rich.
Filthy rich.
Okay.
So Dr. Bawumia has finally said the quiet parts out loud. With stunning boldness, he admitted that many in his party went from rags to riches under his watch. The cat is out of the bag and it's dragging behind it a trail of unanswered questions. After years of economic mismanagement and empty slogans, the truth is finally catching up with the former vice president. His claims that his efforts made others rich is not just a political boast. It's an unwelcome reminder of how power was used to benefit a few while the nation suffered. The chickens have come home to roast, and they are roasting on the backs of betrayed citizens. In a shocking and frankly disturbing admission on live television, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana and the former flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party (NPP), stated that, in quotes, a lot of people in the party who were not rich became very rich within his 8 years in office,
financially sound,
unquote, due to his efforts and contributions to the party's political victories. He went further to demand gratitude, stating these individuals should now bring out their money to help the party ahead of the 2028 elections. Ahead of the 2028
This is not
election.
true.
This public declaration, made with outstanding audacity, demands not only condemnation but deep scrutiny, particularly in a nation struggling with poverty, unemployment, and a suffocating economic crisis. Dr. Bawumia's statement is not just a careless boast, it is an indictment of the very governance his party promised to improve. It raises critical questions about how political party or power was used during the NPP's time in office and where the public trust was betrayed to enrich a selected few within the party lines. Ghanaians must ask, what exactly does Dr. Bawumia mean by making people rich? And through what means did the wealth creation occur? Was it through government contracts, misappropriated funds, nepotism? And if so, where does that leave the average Ghanaian who voted for economic transformation but was instead met with inflation, a collapsing cedi, and a mountain of public debt? It goes on and on and on.
Which media house is that?
Joy News.
Joy News?
Yes, please.
This is fake.
And that was published.
That is fake. Dr. Bawumia has never made this statement.
It was actually quoted.
I said I follow Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia every day. He has never made this
Do
statement.
you listen to everything he says?
I listen to everything Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says.
And this was published on 15th October 2025.
That's a lie.
Then I think you have
that
to,
is a lie.
If
it is Joy News, that means there should be a video. Click on the link. Let's see the video.
Let me see if we have a video at the end.
I don't even have enough bundle for
they don't
that
have
video.
a video at the end.
They should look. This is a lie. But Dr. Bawumia has never made a statement to this effect. It's a lie. It's a fabricated lie to distort the fact. It's a fabricated lie to spoil his image.
So you think
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we have known him for over a year, for over 8 years now, and he has never, or he's not that kind of person who make these statements.
Right. So let's look at the rest of the personalities you've mentioned of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as compared to.
Look, my concern is on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and so that's why I'll limit my conversation. You see, my brother also talked about how failed, these aspirants are. And look, I want to tell you for a fact that President John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, failed in his first term, 2020, in his first term when he was in power, from 2012 to 2016. He failed woefully, to the extent that we didn't have electricity despite the increase in electricity tariffs, no water despite increase in water tariffs. There was no employment, and that was the first time we had, employment youth associations being created all over the country. President Mahama failed when he was in his first term in office. Today he's now the president. You had a education minister who also failed, being the vice president of the republic today. Professor J. Nana Opoku failed as education minister to the extent that we didn't have common chalk for teachers to use in classrooms. Those people are now the president and the vice president of the country today. You are talking about a man who has been able to develop ideas that today they are beneficial to the Ghanaian people.
Right. I want to ask one honest question.
Please, this is the video.
Why are you... This is Baumia.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I don't think that is Mama.
I'm listening.
Are you saying it's AI?
I said I'm listening. Let's listen to what he said.
So let's.
Obiati Adansie say 2016 na ye wini Dr. Baumia na mensa eka ho pa ema party no ebe wini election in 2016. Me po modern me ye juma ema party no ebe wini ye nipa bebria ye ba ban mu 8 years nipa mu bi ebe nye sika enye sa na
I want you to pay attention to what he's saying. So you see, I have gotten the import of that. Let's be truthful to ourselves, right? Today, NDC is in government, and we've seen some Jimfi throwing dollars all around.
No,
you don't think it's a problem?
No, let's look at this.
No, I want you to understand. I'm not trying to play equalization, right?
Right.
I just want you to understand that it is normal that when a political party comes into office, people will benefit, and that is why people campaign for a party to come into office. Ordinarily, that is the main reason. Or am I telling lies?
So are you?
So what Dr. Mahmoud Baume is simply saying is that because we want power, it has given opportunity for certain people to better their lives, and
So
that is the
let's
same
say-
thing happening to this government. Today you are seeing Sami Jemfi throwing dollars around because his party is in office. Was he doing that before they came into office? No. So it is normal. Let's not make heaven out of should I say mountain out of this.
But the people were suffering. The people of Ghana were suffering.
People of Ghana today, people of Ghana are suffering. I'm suffering just as I'm seated. I'm suffering.
And you believe when Baumia comes to power, your suffering will be.
Yes, that's what I believe.
Okay.
That is basically what political parties do.
Right. Let's look at what the polls.
So to the effect that you are stating this to I don't see where that is coming from. Today, as we see, if they make you minister, your life will be better than when you were not a minister, isn't it?
But don't you see that's worrying for it to come from an aspirant to say that
is the bare truth. It is true. How do you want him to massage it? How do you want him to massage it?
Right.
Today, you see, if I'm not a minister, the moment I'm given a position as a minister or appointment as a minister, I'll be given a car. I'll receive a reasonable salary, and I can use that to better my life. So I don't know where this is coming from.
Mr. Okai, don't you see that's a bit
please,
worrying?
I am not done.
You see,
I'm not done.
Let my brother finish.
Yes. So I stated that Jenana Opoku, who is now our vice president, Her Excellency, failed as a minister for education. To the extent that we didn't have common chalk in our schools for students to use, for teachers to use to teach. But today, who is she? Our vice president. She cannot mention one social intervention policy she's been able to establish since her, since her period of being into politics. The same applies to President John Dramani Mahama. Not even a single social intervention policy. A man who failed in his first term as president came back to win elections. And today, because President Mahama is trying so hard to get a social intervention policy attached to his name, he has come with Mahama Care Policy, which is taking about 20% of the funds allocated for NHIS. NHIS that is already struggling to survive. NHIS that people are already complaining. Ghanaians are complaining that when they go to hospital, they don't give them medicine, they always give them prescriptions to go and buy.
Do you have evidence to that?
But me, if I go to hospital, they don't give me medicine.
No, I mean, as in
just last week, I went to Mambobi Polyclinic. They didn't give me medicine. I went to buy it.
As in you saying that 20% of the NHIS.
Yes, it is in the bill, the Mahama Care Policy bill. It is there.
Okay.
It is taking 20% of the allocation for NHIS. It is further going to cripple the NHIS policy, and eventually, if we don't take care, it's going to die out. And the Mahama Care Policy, just because you want to, get a social intervention policy attached to your name, you are coming with this political colorization, Mahama policy. That is very dangerous.
Right.
You see,
Mr. Okai, looking at the video we watched,
you see,
don't you see it a bit worrying?
That is why
for that to come out.
That is why I spoke about it earlier on, and then to me, because of that, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia doesn't meet the standard when it comes to performance and results. Because as an economist, since when did you realize that people were becoming excessively rich? What means were they becoming rich? What gave them that money that you are accepting that they became rich? Despite all the corruption allegations we heard, government was reluctant to even put his own people to checks. People were not held accountable. When you engage yourself in any corruption related activity, the only thing we will hear is government will just clear you and you go your way. You see, I am very happy when my brother said that the economic stability we are enjoying today is as a result of the ideas of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Contradiction in politics is a sign of weakness. You see, when MPP was in power, one of their senior communicators said something. He said, at that time, when the Ghanaian people were complaining about the depreciation of the cedi and other economic indicators, inflation and so on and so forth, he said, if it was the NDC that was in power now, or if the NDC inherits government today, the situation would have been worse. He said it. I can mention the person's name and pull the news item to you. So based on what has changed? That today, that party you said, assuming they should come to office today, they wouldn't be able to manage the economy. That same party has been able to leverage on your ideas. They have transformed the economy. Inflation is coming down, exchange rate is coming down, and the economic indicators are proving positive. And now you are now telling us that all those ideas or the economic stability we are enjoying today is as a result of the ideas of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It means when you were saying if the NDC was in power today, if the NDC were in power today, we wouldn't have seen what we are seeing today. It means you didn't know what you were talking about. So if your idea that you brought, and you couldn't use your idea to transform the Ghana economy, and another political party has come, he has not introduced any social intervention, just like my brother is claiming. He has not introduced any new idea, but your idea that you left, the idea that you brought, which destroyed the Ghana economy, and they are using the same ideas to transform the Ghana economy, and you claim that they are not performing, then clearly you are contradicting yourself and you don't know what to do, what you are saying. So I am still of the view that all the people who are looking forward to become presidents of the Republic of Ghana, I'm talking about the flag bearer aspirants of the MPP, if you put them on a scale of performance, legal acceptance and internal acceptance, they all follow the same procedure. One way or the other, they don't qualify to be presidents of the Republic of Ghana. Because why? All the people coming were part and parcel of the previous administration. And look at the condition of Ghana as at 2024. So they're going back and repackaging themselves, coming again to seek our approval to be president. To me, I see it to be an insult. I am not saying MPP is not a good political party. MPP is a good political party. But they shouldn't try to let the ordinary Ghanaians assume that the people they are presenting to us as potential presidents are the people with the solution to Ghana's problems. If they are the people with the solution, why didn't they roll out those solution processes when they were in power? The ideas they have gone together. Why didn't they use the idea to transform the economy when they were in power so that they will be able to entrench themselves in power? But they performed abysmally. All of them played a role in a way, whether big or small. Some of them were ministers. Some of them were cabinet ministers. In fact, there was a time Mr. Kennedy Japan, he said, Madam Hawa Kumsi was made a minister based on his recommendation. So that tells you how powerful he is in the party. And he cannot distance himself from the economic shambles the MPP people plunged the country to. So I am still of the view that the people the MPP people are presenting they don't meet the leadership criteria that the Ghanaian people are looking for. You see, leadership is very important, that we have to be very serious about it. No matter how we whitewash a failure is always a failure. No matter how we polish a failure will always be a failure. Let us look at what we want as a nation. Let us look at our problems. And let us identify who can actually liberate us from our problems. I am not saying MPP shouldn't elect a flag bearer. But if you look at the demeanor of the entire MPP machinery, the party is behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He has received endorsement from almost all their big men in their party. But ask yourself, this is the person who said, in fact, he accepted publicly that he is the leader of the economic management team. Today, he is here to deliver another lecture on the economy. Today, they are now claiming that the ideas that President Mahama is using to run the economy, and for that matter, the economy is stable, it is for them. But I will say that, you see, everybody is entitled to his or her personal opinion. You can take credit for things that you didn't do. But the Ghanaian people are not stupid. The Ghanaian people are smart. They know who is performing and they know who didn't perform. So clearly, the contest is about a propaganda versus performance. Right. So at the end of the day, no matter who they select, I know that when we go to the polls in 2028, the Ghanaian people are going to speak loud and clear, because nobody will see an inflation moving high up to about 54%, and then somebody moving into 5.4, then you claim that your 54% was better than the current enjoyment we are seeing.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Okai.
It is. Please let me say this.
What do you want to say?
That as at the time we left office, inflation was about 24%. So it is a sign of recovery. It was a sign of recovery from what we were going through as at the time. And as at the time we left office, dollar was around 14 point something percent. Today it is 11. It is around 11 cedis, right? So it's not as though we left the country in shambles. Our ideas were already generating results before we left office.
Before you left office.
And so taking over from us, it gave them the free room. It gave them the go ahead. And that is why they have not introduced a single policy bill, but the economy is better. It is because of the ideas and the foundation that were laid by the MPP. As simple as that.
Right. Now let's look at what the polls are saying. I believe we've seen some polls from other sites as well. So several opinion polls have emerged showing different outcome in the race between Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and former MP Kennedy Japan. While some surveys suggest Dr. Bawumia is leading among the delegates, and other indicates growing momentum for Kennedy Japan, especially at the grassroots level. I don't know if you've seen the latest one from Info Analytics.
I've seen that.
And this has raised key questions about internal party dynamics, the power of grassroots support versus elite backing, and how much influence these polls actually have on delegates' decision. So my question is, do polls really shape the race, or the delegates already know who they want?
Do polls really shape the
race?
Is it,
or the delegates who know who they are going for?
In any elections, to have research being conducted, to have a data that predicts what is going to happen, or that predicts what is going to happen, is very important. But you see, the outcome of the polls itself is, you cannot say entirely the reflection of what the people want to do, but it represents some percentage of what possibly would happen. And so having researchers to conduct, to give you prior information as what's possibly going to happen is very important.
It's very important.
But the delegates knows what's right, and at the end of the day, we are going to see that. We've had instances where people predict and fail. Right. So entirely it's not a reflection of what the people want. But it's important to have a data so you can be able to, give a direction as what's possibly going to happen.
Right. But do you believe in those surveys? Do you think there's a probability it might come out?
I'm a believer in data. I believe in data. So I believe in some of the polls. Not all of them. We have some people that will just sit down, conjure data and come and post. I don't believe in that. I believe in some of the polls and not all of that.
and not all of them. Sure. But still, you believe that people know what they want.
I believe people know that the delegates knows who is the right person to lead the party, and I know it is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And the post from Musa Dankwa is the data that, you know, he has proven to be credible, you know, over the years. And yes, so it is not an error to believe that what he's saying might reflect as the outcome of the elections.
Right. Ms. Okai, we've seen from... So right now, there are two people leading is Kennedy, Japan, and then...
So you mentioned Bawumia first, then Kennedy comes.
Sorry. Hey, I said more. So you've seen the two leading people, Kennedy, Japan, and also...
I said Bawumia first. Oh.
See, forgive me, you have to take it like that. Kennedy, Japan, and then Bawumia. Yeah. Whatever that happens, his name is still there. So please.
If you are mentioning who are leading, Bawumia is leading.
Allow us.
So you mention Bawumia, then you mention Kennedy.
It's just a poll. It's just a data. Let's see. As you mentioned, the delegates know who they want. Right. Looking at these two things, do you think that the party is actually looking for continuity or they are looking for change? Because these two people leading the polls, Dr. Bawumia is leading, and the person that follows next is Kennedy Japan. Do you think that the people are really interested in continuity or a change?
One bad thing that the MPP people are doing to Ghanaians that we need to realize is that their whole strategy is based on popularity. Who is popular?
Who is popular?
Instead of looking at who can actually perform. And that is why they are rallying behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But like I said, I've used the
that's not true.
I've used.
That's not true. It's not about
the popularity. Let me talk.
No. You've made an error. You've made an error.
That is his opinion.
That is my opinion.
Well, your opinion is not correct.
It's
fine.
Either
my
you accept it or not.
May not necessarily reflect on your wish. Yeah. You see, what I want to say is that the MPP people are rallying on popularity instead of looking at performance. In any serious political party, these two people that we have mentioned shouldn't be the leading people when it comes to flag bearership race.
Why?
Because like I told you, if you use the three metrics that I listed, internal acceptance, that is the internal constitution, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he qualifies, no doubt about that. If you take the 1992 constitution, he qualifies, no doubt about that. But let us come to personal observation, performance, credibility, and resource. He doesn't qualify, given the fact that he destroyed our economy, and today he cannot even talk about our economy anymore. But this is the same person that MPP people are trying to make people believe that he is the Messiah. This is an economist who today cannot talk about economy. Even during the campaign towards the 2024 elections, he ran away from the economy, and he was not even talking about economy, he was talking about digitalization. Somebody who was introduced to the Ghanaian people as a senior or economic expert. Last time I heard one of their senior communicators on UTV. He was trying to distance Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from the economic failure. Yet the same party is trying to make the Ghanaian people believe that Ghana is now stable because of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's ideas. Somebody that you claim that he was not giving the steer. How come he was able to implement ideas that is making Ghana stable today? You see, these are critical questions that when we are promoting people, we should be asking. Somebody that you claim he was not giving the steer, he was a mate, and for that matter, he couldn't perform. That same person, you are now asserting that Ghana's stability that we are seeing today, it is dependent on the person's idea. So let us follow leadership because of performance. Let us follow leadership because of character. Let us not base the entire political concept on popularity. When we do that, we will suffer as a country. Because whatever the economic chaos Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and his 16-member economic management team plunged the state into, we all suffered it together. In fact, the suffering didn't attack only NDC people alone. It attacked you, it attacked me. Maybe you are an MPP person, so you will not love to tell the truth. It attacked everybody. So all the candidates they are presenting, I see it to be a recycling of failure. Nothing has changed. And you see, Where my president is going, our president, my brother's president, President John Dramani Mahama, every day I say that we should support him. Where he is going, if he continues like that, by 2028, NPP will not have a message for the Ghanaian people. Before I'll end my statement, some of the MCs, they should make sure that all the policies that are being enrolled at the central government should go down to the local people, so that we will see the holistic performance of President John Dramani Mahama. My brother was trying to say that in from 2012 to 2016, President Mahama didn't perform. He performed. But the same problem that I'm talking about, some MCs and some MPs, they failed to serve their people well at the local level. And that is what resulted in what we saw in 2016. So please, this time around, everybody should work hard.
Mr. Razak, and now 1 minute, what's the assurance that we are going to have a free and fair election this time around?
Oh, if you look at the election committee.
1 minute.
Yes. So the election committee is enough to suggest that we would have free, fair elections. I mean, it's made up of competent people who are expert in election and its related activities. So we are going to have free, fair elections.
We are going to have a free, fair election. We are hoping for so as well.
It will, definitely.
Right. Let's look at our last topic briefly, then we call it a wrap. So, court congestion hindering effective justice delivery. So, the Chief Justice Paul Bafo-Boni says congestion in Ghana's courts remains a major obstacle to the effective delivery of justice and must be urgently addressed. How can this issue be addressed? But first off, why are courts congested?
You see, in Ghana, we have 468 courts.
You have 3 minutes. Please.
Yes, in Ghana, we have 468 courts. Out of the 468 courts, we have 1 Supreme Court, 6 appeal courts, 129 high courts, and the rest are juvenile courts. You see, corruption has not been, we have not been able to deal with corruption because of that same issue. Every day we claim we are fighting corruption. When President Mahama was a president, he went into opposition. We had issues like Isophoton, Jida, Sada, all these avenues were things that the NPP people claimed it was a corruption entities, and so therefore when they come, they will investigate. When Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo became a president, he was able to convict about 7 people, which I have their names I can mention. But ask yourself, if you look at the number of cases that we Ghanaian people we had, that they are all Ponzi corruption schemes. Is it right? Is it prudent that a country that we are fighting for economic liberty, we jail only 7 people out of the thousands of corruption-related cases? At the time of President Kufuor, he introduced what is called the fast-track court. Fast-track court, when you take your issue there, within a short period of time, the matter will be decided on. He was able to jail only 5 people. His entire administration. And if you look at the people who were convicted in connection to corruption, were only NDC affiliates. If you look at another Danquest also, they are only NDC affiliates. Look, there was a situation where we saw our Attorney General trying to teach a witness what to go and say to have somebody jailed. We have been in Ghana here, we saw all those things.
Allegedly.
We saw, allegedly. We saw all those things. So, to me, I feel our court is very bloated, just like the Chief Justice has said. It has come to a time where we need to begin to think about decentralizing some of our institutions. Example, Attorney General. If you look at our corruption cases, we only deal with the high-profile corruption cases and we leave the rest. But when you go to some of the municipal assemblies, there are issues there that we have to take a critical look at. Corruption-related issues there that we have to take a critical look at. But we only go after the big high-profile corruption issues, all because we don't have enough court systems. But today, Mr. Paul Bafo-Boni has announced that very soon the courts are going to run a 24-hour operations. So I think it is going to help to decongest the current situation we have at the court. But it is undisputable and undeniable fact that our court is truly congested. And that is why justice delivery is a problem in the country. And until we are able to deal with our justice system, fighting corruption will be a problem. And if fighting corruption becomes a problem, having a total economic liberation as a people will be a very difficult thing for us. This is not a matter of NDC or MPP. It is a matter of national collaboration. It is a matter of national responsibility that we should find ways and means to deal with that court system, that congested court system, so that we can have our full economic liberation as a country.
Right. Mr. Razak, what can you say?
Right. So I agree with a lot of things, the things he made mention. That we have a lot of cases in court that are not, receiving attention. But you see, he made a submission to the effect that the people that were jailed under Kufuor and people that were jailed under Akufo-Addo's regime were all members of the NDC. And so you see, this has been the trend so far, that a political party comes into office and the first thing they do is to jail the opposition party members who were allegedly or involved in corruption activities. And this has reflected itself in this current administration, because we saw that Attorney General discontinued over 10 cases against their members, which ordinarily frowns against the intention to fight corruption, or it defeats the purpose that they intended to fight corruption. And so you see, but one thing we must understand is that President John Dramani Mahama complained bitterly when Akufo-Addo appointed some justices to the Supreme Court and other lower courts. And you see, President Mahama complained bitterly that Akufo-Addo is packing the court with NPP, members to execute an agenda that I don't know. You see, so today as we speak, you have the Chief Justice, in just last week or so, he swore in about 52 judges. You understand?
Yes.
After complaining bitterly that they are packing the court with, but this is an attempt to, decongest the situation to ensure that cases are being taken and then prosecution is done as quickly as possible. But you see, certain things when we are doing in the name of politics, it tends to affect us as a nation. So somebody can confidently make a case that President Mahama is simply executing an agenda or a political promise, that when they come, they will appoint justices to go and balance the bench. I mean, this is something that is reported, and I would want to engage you small on that. This is a report from My Joy Online, and it states that Akufo-Addo has packed the court with NPP inclined judges. We must balance it. And this is the damning statement. So I encourage some of you to look at careers on the bench so that we can balance it out. We can balance out what the current situation is. We must be prepared as NDC legal person to also go onto the bench so that we can balance out the judiciary. This is very dangerous to the judiciary that we run. I mean, ordinary Ghanaians believe that the only place they can get justice is when they go to court. And so if you have come into office and you are trying to make that particular arm of government politicized, you are trying to politicize the arm of government, it's very dangerous to the judicial system and our justice delivery. So we say that it is a fact that we have issue when it comes to prosecuting people, the kind of cases that are packed at the court and they are not receiving attention. It's a problem for us as a nation. But let's not politicize certain things. You are, especially the judiciary. Let's not politicize it.
Let's not politicize it. Right. Thank you, Mr. Razak. Your last words, Mr. Okai.
We can only be thankful to President John Dramani Mahama for thinking that we have to balance the court, because even the court itself, their symbol is balance. Do you get my point? If you look at the court, their symbol, it symbolizes
this is
balance.
A different context. This is a different context.
Do you understand? It symbolizes.
I'm speaking against the fact that we are trying to politicize the judiciary. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
So I will say that I wish the MPP people well, and I wish them a peaceful and a successful elections. In as much as any of the aspirants they are going to elect is a failed leader in their previous administration, it doesn't also stop them from selecting a flag bearer, given the fact that it is a political party and they need a leader to present the leader for general elections. So they have the mandate to do so. But in the end, the people of Ghana are going to speak. They are going to differentiate between propaganda and performance.
Thank you, Mr. Okai.
Yeah, so I want to end by calling on the delegates of the NPP that on the 31st of January, they should vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. 1, on the grounds that he is competent. 2, on the grounds that he is visionary. 3, on the grounds that he's someone that is winnable. He's a winnable candidate. He's someone that has, the will of the people at heart. And so I encourage them to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Let us present Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as our flag bearer. And 2028, we are going to win the elections. The January 31st election is something that the NDC are so much interested in because of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And so if you have observed so far, they do all that they can to take attention of the delegates from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to Honorable Ken Ejapong. And that's why we have seen in several of their media houses and their platforms, they do serious campaign for Kennedy Ejapong. But let me tell you this, that if you are going into war with someone and the person is dictating to you the kind of weapon you should bring to the fold, you should know that the person is not looking for your good. And so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia represents the future. He represents the future of this country. He's a visionary leader that can drive the nation forward. And we expect that at the end of the day, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wins, and 2028, inshallah, we're going to win the elections.
Right. We are wishing you all the best as a country. May the best man win. Thank you so much, my guest, Mr. Razak, Mr. Okai. Thank you so much for joining us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. And thank you to our guests, our cherished listeners and audience for joining us right here on the show. We'll meet same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank you.